Miss Independent, Saint Center, Sassy Savannah, Max. How you doing? I had to do an early one today because I got my orientation tonight for my job. So I had to get this one in early. I got an orientation at 7 o'clock tonight. So in order to be able to take a little nap before I go, I had to hurry up and knock this live out real quick. Um, KKC, if y'all haven't been in the comment section, KKC sent me a video earlier of Miss Functified, and now she's threatening to press charges on me and the chat. Okay, after last night, I'm not giving it no more attention. I just want to make sure y'all are aware of this. She's trying to press charges on me and the chat. Matter of fact, I think I just got an alert for your video. Yeah, yeah, I just got the alert for it. I literally just got the alert. But yeah, she's trying to press charges on no GED or diploma required. Come and spread the stupidity. Oh God, Mr. Judge. Oh man, you crazy. Oh, I got such a crook in my neck, it won't go away. But yeah, I just want to make sure everybody's aware of that. Her name will not be mentioned over here, and it's not because she's threatening to call the press charges on us. It's just leave me alone, lady. Like, you're not getting no more of my attention. You're not going to grow your channel off of me. You try to do it with Umar, you're not going to do it with me. Um, I'm moving on to different content, as you can see. We're doing something different today that I think that this guy needs to be talked about. And then we're going to shift to Hassan Campbell from here on out. But we're going to go back and forth between Umar and Hassan Campbell because those are the two people that I think needs to be taken down. They need to be stopped immediately. No, I didn't. I didn't. I fell asleep right after the last live stream I did last night. I fell asleep. Shit, live. It was called Chronicles of a Failed Prostitute. Rages on. Was that about? Who was that about? Who was that about? Chronicles of a Failed Prostitute. Rages on. Was that about old Funky? Who was it about? Oh, it was about her. Oh wow. That's why I said we're gonna let Mr. Judge handle it. I'm not giving her no attention anymore. I said what I needed to say, and I don't need to say no more. I just want to be left alone when it comes to her. But yeah, I should have been did something on this. I don't know why I haven't, but this rage baiting guy. Ooh, somebody spit on him. Um, ooh, somebody just found a video. Somebody finally gave. So I don't know if you guys know who Chud the Builder is. Chud the Builder is I appreciate that, Mr. Judge. Chud the Builder is a racist man that goes around rage baiting homeless and drugged out black people or just young black people, trying to prove a point that we are violent. And but what he does it in such a cowardly way. He goes around just walking up to black folks, calling them the hard NR, saying that they're chimping out, and the whole time he has a firearm on him or he has pepper spray, and he always does it in crowded places. So if you do something to him, he could either do something back and not get in trouble and try to push this narrative that we are all just violent people. And he finally got what he deserves. And I knew it was just a matter of time before he got what he deserved. Come to find out, this dude is a fairy, like a literal fairy. We're gonna get to that. Oh, I forgot to touch your season live. I had to go live early today because I got orientation tonight. But yeah, like he literally goes around rage baiting people and calling people the hard ER like for no reason. He just goes up to okay, Tripsy says she'll be up here in a few. He just goes around just literally like harassing black people for no reason. And his vendetta against black people is all his fault. Uh, I think he got into a road rage incident with a black person, and he said some racist stuff about Black Lives Matters, and he wound up losing his job and starting a business, and the business failed. And he blames black people for losing his job and his life being ruined when he actually did it to himself. Um, it's a whole conundrum because he just goes around just really fucking with black people for no reason, like no reason at all, because he's mad because he got caught being a racist and lost everything. Even his church told this man, um, the pastor told him, you can still, call me and I'll come to you personally, but we don't want you on the church grounds anymore. Um, he can't go into businesses around his neighborhood. Yeah, he is like, and not only does he try to portray a stereotype about black people, he's portraying a stereotype about white people too, because he makes it seem like all white people are racist and they're not. So he's portraying a stereotype on both sides, and neither side is willing to support. Well, actually, he made a GoFundMe, and I can't understand how people could get caught doing racist things and raise a bunch of money. He's almost at $60,000. The one lady that that called the autistic kid the N word raised almost $1 million. I can't see how that's like that does portray a stereotype because I know it wasn't no black folks that donated that money. Not all white people are racist, but it shows that there's still a lot of it out there. They're just not as public. And there's some racist black people out there too. Shit. Charleston White is one of the biggest fucking racists out there. he hate black folks, Asians, whites. He hate everybody. But yeah, we're gonna get into this video. Uh Apparently he got spat on. Apparently he met the wrong person and they wind up spitting in his face. And
You're one sentence away from launching your website with base 42.
Rocket even came out and said something about it too. Like, bro,
all
like,
across America.
why are you going around doing this? And you're doing it in such a cowardly way. But the thing about it is, he got what he deserved a while ago because the police had told him you can't be walking around with a firearm anymore because of what you're doing. You're walking around trying to incite violence so you can potentially unalive a black person and try to call it self-defense. Stand your ground. And after that, he started walking around with pepper spray. He actually winded up pepper spraying this young kid for no reason. He went up to him, starting with him. The dude was just minding his damn business. He goes up to him and calls him the hard ER, saying he's chimping out. And then when the guy reacts to it, and I don't even think the dude put his hands on him or anything. He didn't even get close to him. He was just like, yo, just leave me the fuck alone. He pepper sprays him. And he always does this in front of a large crowd. It's always somewhere like very, very public where there's eyewitnesses. He keeps his camera rolling and all that. So this is just this dude do look like his mustache thing. Look at his mustache, dog. Anybody look at it? Just look at it. You just look at this guy and you can just tell he's just a piece of shit.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
So that's what I was talking about yesterday. It's from SpongeBob. Remember I kept saying that about what's the name last night? I was like, what's that clip? I thought it was Looney Tunes, but it's SpongeBob. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. His mustache looked like it stank.
15K. So if you want to help us get there, just tap that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about that D-bag dog.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
So if you can remember in the last video we did about Dalton, we found out that our boy was a fairy. Yeah, he was a fairy.
Yep. He got exposed very badly for being a fairy. I wasn't playing when I said that. I think Saint Center put it in the chat earlier too. This dude literally is a fairy. And I meant that literally. He literally is a fairy. He got exposed. You're going around acting tough, harassing black folks. Come to find out. Come to find out, dog, you're literally a fairy. You grew a mustache and you thought that was gonna make you look, put a cowboy hat on, and they thought that was gonna make you look tough. When you used to you used to have the Justin Bieber hairstyle, dressed like a fairy, dog.
Yeah. And he's a fatty. He used to be a fat kid and he yaddy. But yeah, he's a fairy. And we found out that he's afraid of 90-pound little Caucasian women because a little white girl ran up on him and he hit her with that pepper spray. All right. He had to hit her with that hot sauce when she tried to on the head.
Going to jail.
Dumb bitch.
Come over. Pick up your
I remember this. He pepper sprayed a little skinny white girl because she was with her black boyfriend, and he goes up to them and says, "Ma'am, is this guy bothering you?" Like, he literally does that. If he sees an interracial couple, he'll go up to them and be like, "Ma'am, is this lady bothering you?" Or, "Sir, is this lady bothering you?" Or, "Ma'am, is this guy bothering you?" They're literally holding hands. And he will walk up to them and do that. And instead of the guy reacting, the girl reacted. Like, "Dude, get your racist ass out of here." And he pepper sprayed her. Fucking coward.
Pick up your Come on. Y'all going to jail.
They should have whooped you. And then he tried to pepper spray this guy. From the look at it, the dude, all the dude did was pick his girlfriend up, and he tried to pepper spray him as well. That's assault. Now he can claim self-defense with the girl because he did get in her face. I mean, she did get in his face, but the guy that was just simply helping the girl up, that's assault. He can sue and press charges on him for that.
Come on, bro. Pick up your
This dude didn't do nothing. Dude did nothing to him. Look,
Come on. Y'all going to jail. Pick up your
he did nothing to him. He just walks up and tries to pepper. That was his main target from the very beginning. The guy. He was his main target, but he didn't give him the reaction that he wanted. His girlfriend did. But he still found a way to try to pepper spray him and then talk about you're going to jail. No, motherfucker, you're going to jail. Move, 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 move. Don't you start. Damn dog.
bro. Ain't got no game. Pick up your
Hold on.
He had subsequently got put in handcuffs and was like,
For what? Arresting me
Move.
for what?
Shut the door.
I'm
Shut
not
the
allowed
door.
to stand up
You
for
about to let the dog
myself.
out. Shut the
I
door.
thought this was
Let the
America.
dog out.
Huh? Isn't this America? I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
That's one of my favorite episodes. Didn't I just tell you shut the door? You let the dog out? Yeah, yeah. That's one of my favorite South Park episodes. I thought this was America. I thought this was America. You ever watch that, John? Where he keep going to his son softball games, baseball games, and keep fighting. And every time he get drunk, start a fight, and then he get escorted out by the cops. And every single time, I thought this was America. I thought this was America. That's me and my brother's favorite episode.
Arresting me for what? I'm not allowed to stand up for myself? I thought this was America. Huh? Isn't this America? I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
And they wind up arresting his dumb ass. That's what the fuck he get. You recorded yourself pepper spraying not only a female, you pepper sprayed her boyfriend for no reason. This man said nothing to you. He should have whooped your ass for pepper spraying his girlfriend. I don't know why he didn't, but maybe it was a good thing because he wound up getting his ass locked up. Look, oh, Quaz, what's up, bro? I ain't seen you in a minute. Chris, what's up? I thought this was America. I thought I could just go around pepper spraying people for no reason.
but he had subsequently got put in handcuffs and was like,
Dumbass.
For what? Arresting me for what? I'm not allowed to stand up for myself? I thought this was America. Huh? Isn't this America? I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
I thought this
and
was
his
a perfect
antics
drop.
have been going so viral that he's garnering attention all across America to the point where you got people like Waka Flocka talking about him now.
P-game, right? It's a little dude that I seen, a little white kid run around asking black people how they chimping and shit like that, calling them niggas and all that. Hey, bro, that shit lame as f***. Let me tell you why it's lame. First and foremost, you run around blicked up, calling people niggas. So if they put their hands on you or shoot them, you going to jail because they ain't even use a weapon. You dumb as f***. Number two, bro, why you antagonizing people to crash out? Number three, bro, you creating a race riot, bro, that America don't even need right now. And then if you want to die, bro, just pull up in the trenches and do that shit.
That's what I'm saying. If you really wanted to find some black folks that was going to crash out on you, why ain't you pull up in the trenches? Why ain't you pulling up to the projects doing that shit? He goes to the most poverty-stricken place where it's just nothing but homeless people and drug addicts strung out and go pick with them, or he'll go pick with some young people out and about in a very public area, make sure a whole lot of people is out there, and he always has a weapon. So you're inciting a race riot. That's what he's trying to incite. But the thing about it is, I hope he should have been charged with a hate crime, because you walked up to a man and his girlfriend, an interracial couple, provoking the black man to do something, and you say he chimped out, calling the N-word with a hard ER, and then you pepper sprayed him. That's a hate crime. I don't see how the fuck he's not in jail for that.
But bro, don't make the whole world. I mean, don't make the whole America, the white and black kids of America, fight each other for some past shit that you don't even know if you even got racism in your family. You don't even know these folks. Like, why the fuck do you think this shit?
I just seen a clip where comedian Godfrey got on him.
Meanwhile, back at racism headquarters, so there's this dude named Chud the Builder, right? He has a mustache, cowboy hat, and he records himself, and he goes around calling black people and shit, like, you know, and he always says, "Stop chimping out." He just decides to go on this rant.
You know what's funny? They always calling us chimps. Have you ever seen what a monkey looks like without their hair? Have you ever seen a hairless monkey? What do they look like? They ain't black. they ain't black. I tell you that. They are not black under all that hair. That's the funny part about it. Is they call us you chipping out. If you shave a monkey, he looks like a white guy. He's only brown because of the hair. Under the skin, under all that hair, monkeys have pale skin. That's what makes that shit so funny.
Because he goes by the free speech thing, like it's free speech. So he goes around. The first time he did it, it was talking to these black journalists, and he was going, "What's up, huh? Look at him chimping out, monkeys, ooga booga, ooga." He was doing all the racial slurs.
That's another funny thing about it too. I can't pronounce that. Cushite. That's what it says. I think that's what it says. That's a good point. Technically, if you go about an evolutionary theory, don't they believe that we all came from monkeys?
He's like a 70s bully, racist bully, using old ooga booga, that dumb shit. He was doing hacky shit. And so, you know, he walks around, you know, trapping black people into talking to him, and he calls them and all. Well, there was a situation. He picks certain people to call that to say that to. But when he was in front of a club and there was a bouncer, he called the dude while he was walking away. He didn't say.
Yeah, that I do remember that one. Big ass bouncer made him. He was like, "Get the fuck out of here with that." And he waited until he got like 50 feet away. He was like, "Yeah, shut up, nigga." And the little white girl next to him said, "Go say it to his face." He said, "I did say it to his face." He said, "No, you didn't. You 100-something feet away from me."
Say it to his face. Because the black dude was like, "Yo, you got one more time to keep standing here right now." And he goes away and calls him when he walked away, though. You know, a lot of racist people that practice this, they usually talk when they feel they can beat a particular person, because the right black dude is going to meet him one day, for real. And I think also that he keeps like mace or a gun on him, because for somebody to be doing that and nobody's beat him the down yet, something's going on. And go, "Oh,
yeah, that's what I realized. I'm like, why ain't they whooping his ass? Come to find out, he had a gun or he had mace. But one of these days, he's going to do this shit, and he's going to meet a black person that don't give a fuck. He's going to catch a nigga down on his luck. And you keep going fucking with them crackheads and them drug addicts, and you catch one of them motherfuckers when they withdrawing or something, boy, he's gonna run into the right person. Or he might run into the right white person that's just sick of it. Because I've seen white people crash out when they see that racism, because it like I say, it portrays a stereotype, and they don't like that shit.
Has mace, and so he goes around trolling black people because, you know, that's what's bugging him. He has, you know, maybe it's penis envy or whatever, you know, that little dick energy. So
yeah, I mean, wearing a whole fairy outfit, that definitely gives that type of energy off. First of all, how would you be able to fit into that costume in the first place?
so yeah, so that's what he's been doing. So Kick, where he was doing this on the platform, they demonetized him. They kicked his ass off. So that's a good shout out to Kick for doing that.
Right. That's yeah. Kick and finally said, nah, you gotta get the fuck out of here, dog. You inciting racism. Kick finally was just like, nah, we gotta get him out of there. Because he's just inciting racism. And Kick is one of those streaming joints that, like, they don't really censor you. That's how you know you really fucked up. Kick is one of the platforms that don't really censor people. Actually, no, that's a misconception. Apes and humans share common ancestry, but we're not from them. No, I didn't say that. I believe that, but if you talk about the Darwin theory of evolution, people do believe that. I don't believe that shit, but there's people that do.
That's why they're called Kick. So he's been demonetized. I don't know how many platforms he's been on. And of course, there's people that are cheering on Chud the Builder until Chud the Builder gets deconstructed. It's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna meet your match. So guess what? They have found online that this dresses, he wears women's dresses. He's dressed as a fairy. Yeah, he's dressed like a little. Yes. He's dressed like a little bitch. It always comes out in the light. Whenever you see these people that are hateful of gays or hateful of black people, hateful of women, when they're that hateful, something's going on. And he's dressed up like a fairy. That's what he's dressed up like, walking around with looking like the cowboy from the Village People and walking around being tough, calling black people, right? Yeah. And then we catch you as a fairy in a dress. You made motherfucker.
Damn, yo, that's the worst type of karma, though. Because not only did you get demonetized, you got caught being dressed like a fairy. Boy, you ain't going to be able to. Every time you go around and try to incite black folks, now they just going to pull up that picture of you being a fairy and be like, bro, what? You call me a nigger? Okay. You dress like a fairy, dog. The whole world knows it. You call me a nigga all day. I'll just be cracking on him the whole time. I will piss this guy off so bad. Because when you don't react to him, you say, no, I don't believe that. I didn't say you did. I say some people do. I get what you were saying about the Darwin's theory. I didn't say you to believe that, Kushite. I was saying that some people believe it. But people who believe that Ram are the ones making fun of evolution. Yeah, true. That's true too.
And you are a fairy because your dreams are going to come true when somebody gonna get you and beat the brakes off you, motherfucker.
I don't think
Chud, you take it easy, abracadabra.
I think he's way past an ass whooping at this point. He's been doing this for about a year or two now. I think he's way past an ass whooping. He's gonna meet the right person, whether it's black or white. This shit, you might meet a fucking Spanish or Indian person that might not like that shit. And not everybody is racist. And I think it gives a good look at the actual racist people who are in hiding, because you can find them on his page, the people that support him. So he kind of did us a service. He let us know where the fuck these people are and who they are, because they the only ones that support him.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
And it's basically to the point where everybody's like, hey, yo, when are we going to put this dude on a shirt, okay? When are we going to be smoking Chud packs? And it looks like Chud came closer to meeting this man. We ain't going to say came closer, but he did get highly disrespected and ended up calling the police in this video. So we going to drop into this reaction zone, right?
Now that it's more what's out here now, you gotta perform. All right. Because there you call it what you want. This guy was talking to me cordially. I was. But you start calling me big bro. Big bro. Big bro. Let him have it.
Hey, what, fool?
You got 18 right. I know this person. Let him have it. You don't
Hey, bro. Hey, bro. It ain't over, bro.
All right, bro.
Huh?
Yeah, I just spit on you. Do it again, you're gonna go to jail today. Come on, man.
So that dude just spit on him like pussy. He spit on him. He said, you do it again, you go to jail. So he goes around not so when he doesn't have his sidearm on him or pepper spray, he uses the cops as a defense. When you started the confrontation, like that's the crazy thing about it. These people just be minding their business. They don't say anything to him. He goes right up to him and just starts shit. What's that other streamer that used to do that? But he didn't do no racist stuff. He would just like bump into people in the mall and then hide behind a security guard. I think it's Jack Doherty. I think his name was Jack Doherty. You see where he at now. You know how many people then caught him lacking and whooped his ass? And he was just going around like bumping people. And then when they react to it, he got this big ass black security guard that would just stand in the way. He would hide behind him. And we should have looked at the security guard like, dog, why? You know you never get no other jobs after that, right? He putting your life in danger. I don't know no security guard that's wanna be with a client that is constantly putting their life in danger. You're there to protect them. You're not there to go around looking for trouble. Yeah, Boo Gang, he didn't turn his bull, broke Boo Gang jaw. He didn't turn his life around to Jesus Christ. Bull caught Boo Gang at the playground, broke his fucking jaw. You ain't see Boo Gang do that shit no more. Right. No, he lost his job. He lost the dude right there. He lost his job. And this is why he's going around doing this. He got into a road rage with a black person, and they recorded him saying some old racist shit about Black Lives Matter. They posted it, and he lost his job. And he blames black people for it.
Wait, you spit on him? Oh, my mama, you just spit on him.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. There are very few things that are more disrespectful than somebody mustering up some lung butter and putting it on me. Don't you ever spit on me, man. I might just shoot you dead right there. Chud,
right.
Why ain't you getting cracking? Are you afraid, Chud?
Yo, one time I said at the bus stop, bull, like he didn't do it on purpose. He was trying to spit, and the wind caught it. He spit against the wind, and the shit caught it and landed on the bull right next to him, lip, like it was a loogie, like right on his lip, dog. Oh my God, that couldn't have been me. I'd have punched him right in his face. I don't care how close we was. The dude sucked it up and spit it out. I was like, why the fuck would you? Why didn't you just wipe it off? Oh my God, that shit gives me the willies every time I think about it. He spit against the wind, and the wind caught that shit and hit the dude right hanging off his lip. This motherfucker sucked it into his mouth and spit it out. I was like, dog, that was the nastiest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life.
You see, Buddy in the camo jacket right there, he got that thing on him. He made it very known. You're going to see at the end of this video when Chud's calling and trying to make a police report. You know what I'm saying? Because you know Chud, he's a big old biz snitch. But let's continue. Let's continue.
Yeah, I was pissed.
Big bro. Should have did that, big bro.
I'm fit too. I swear I'm fit too. Hey, he slipped out. You know what's crazy about? On my mama, he do it for content game. He came.
I know, but it's cool, because guess what?
Look,
I said he can't treat nobody like no.
Look, on my look.
He ain't treating nobody like one.
He came in the stove. He was cool as hell. No. He was cool as hell. And he came out the bathroom. I said, bro, I know you know that. He said you want to print.
It happened right next to me. I was like three.
Because he wasn't even
standing in line and he on the bus.
Until you are not
behind.
He called the police on him. But what he do is he get his amped up.
I was like,
he called the police, bro. Hey, you
like, oh, yeah.
All right, so you weren't out here when he slapped him.
No, I pulled him to get some gas and I see him. He parked right there. I'm like, oh. So, you know, I got my lights. I hopped down my shit. You feel me?
Yeah,
I hopped down my shit. So I'm like, he started talking about chipping. I ain't
hey, bro.
I ain't chipping.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely all about location. If Chud came to Philly doing this shit, he would not be able to leave. He could probably walk around Center City doing that. Matter of fact, I don't even think he can do it out there. He'll probably know where to do it. He can probably do it right next to them white establishments where it's real crowded. There's a whole bunch of precincts out there. So he might get away in Center City. But he walk around New York, Times Square or some shit doing that. Oh, no. Enterprise, what's up? What's up, sis?
Nothing much. What's up, bruh?
We looking at the downfall of Chud the Builder. You know who he is?
No, I really don't.
The white guy that's going around fucking with black people, calling them niggers with a hard ER, saying that they chimping out.
Why he dressed so yellow?
The crazy thing about it is they found it. They went digging in his background. This motherfucker used to dress like a pharaoh.
Y'all
He
heard
used to
him when
dress
he
like a
initially
pharaoh?
walked into the store. He was being nice. He was being his natural.
Pause it. I
self.
can't hear
He
you.
came in the
A fairy.
He was a fairy. Yeah. He was a fairy.
Yeah, two wings and some wine with a Justin Bieber bowl cut. So
I'm not surprised.
The reason why he's doing this is because he called. He got into a road rage with a black person and said some racist shit about Black Lives Matter. They were recording it, and they posted.
He better be glad it wasn't no little white woman around there to cuss him out.
No, he just peppered. He just missed the video. He pepper sprayed a white girl and her
no,
boyfriend.
I said you better be. He better be glad some white woman ain't came and cussed him out yet. He ain't ran across the right one.
No, that's what I'm saying. He pepper sprayed her because she was cussing him out. She was with her black boyfriend.
Like I just said, he ain't ran across the right one.
Oh, you mean a Karen?
Yeah.
Karen. Yeah, that'd be classic.
Hey, everybody. He probably do, Nick, when he was running around here like a fairy.
Name of Jesus.
I come in the name of Jesus by the power of the Holy Spirit.
Even though his pastor wouldn't baptize him because he was a disrespectful prick. Think about that. He got denied by Jesus. The Lord wouldn't even accept his man. His pastor,
right? His own pastor even came out. I got a better video where he's doing more shit.
They say that boy go to your church. He said, I don't know that boy. He always been a hard head little motherfucker. He just be here because his mama be here. It's bad when your preacher.
Right, so
it's bad when your preacher announce your ass. Nequa, Miss Independent, Mr. Switchy, Mr. Judge. No, I didn't know whether he said fairy or pharaoh.
No, he was dressed like a fairy, tutu, wand,
Hey,
wings.
friend.
But everybody talking about it right now because Kick finally demonetized them, and now you got to do a bunch of fuck. you know.
Yeah, you got to be real fucked up for Kick to kick you off.
Yeah, you know you fucked up. You ain't getting on no more streaming platforms. Kick is the last one to get you out of here, and they is going.
Kick is like the ghetto of the internet.
Right. They going in on him on Twitter.
You can go to classy places like YouTube.
Kick. His name is Dalton Etherly, better known to the world as Chud the Builder. Okay, now this guy has.
When he finds some young motherfuckers or somebody that's probably will whoop his ass, he always makes sure it's in a very public place.
That's because he knows exactly what he's doing. I'm gonna check it, Mr. Judge. I'm just on my phone. I'll be glad when it's time for my upgrade. I'm gonna get a 2-screen. Even though I got a whole laptop, I be out too much.
As Chud the Builder. Okay, now this guy has been going viral for the last couple of weeks due to his antics on his Kick page, and his entire gig is pretty simple to explain. This guy is an absolute fucking loser with nothing better to do than to walk around and harass people of color. He pretty much walks up to them, antagonizes them, attempts to get them mad, and then when they have any type of reaction, he looks at the camera, starts speaking to his audience, and says that they are chimping out in an attempt to get an even bigger reaction.
There's a white boy calling him. This is him right here.
Calling it. Don't walk up on me.
I got an address for you, Chud. I got an address for you, Chud. Go ahead and go over there if you wanna.
You make sure he goes. Listen, when he does go to the hood, he goes to like the poverty-stricken parts where all the dope fiends are and the homeless. You don't go where the like the YNs be standing out in the corner. He goes and find the old dope fiends and the old homeless people.
You think I'm never safe?
I don't give a
right, Mr. Switchy.
You're a
I'm a
yeah, you're a
Hold on.
He gotta be up north. He can't be down south.
5 different tools.
That's like automatic reflex. Little white man calling me like that nigga down south. There's an automatic pimp slap at the least.
Nah, he always got a pepper spray or firearm on him.
Look, as soon as that ER would have hit, it would have hit. Ain't no time to reach for no pepper spray. Like I said, he ain't ran across the right one yet.
Right. Where the fuck did I put my head is?
Cool, she all right.
Shut up. Come on, come do something. Come do something. They chipping out. They chipping out.
Exactly like that.
Oh yeah, you should have known. He doing vlogs like that. You should have known you was gonna catch him in a fairy dress at some point.
He was a fairy. Yeah. It also said that black people was primates and white people wasn't. That was real part.
He's chimping
But if you shave a monkey, they got pale skin.
out. He don't know how to drive.
I'm just telling you about Darwinism.
I know.
That's part of the reason. That's a big reason that it got. That's a big reason that it got shelved. If he wouldn't have been so damn racist, we'd still be talking about Darwinism.
All right, like I said, an absolute fucking loser who thinks that this type of content is funny. All right, this guy is legitimately a middle-aged man with nothing better to do in his life than to walk around and harass people. And he does all of this under the guise of, oh, well, I live in America and it's free speech. So he's playing like he's a free speech advocate. I should be allowed to say these things to whoever I want, and nobody should be able to do anything to me.
Well, yeah, but there's a difference between free speech and just straight up harassment.
And he harassing people.
Right. He's going, and he should. And when he pepper sprayed the white girl, he went and pepper sprayed the boyfriend for no reason. The boyfriend, all
And
he
that's
did was
assault.
help his girlfriend up. That's what I just said. That's a hate crime. You went and
That
provoked
is
him.
assault at the very least, and he can sue for physical and emotional damages.
Right. That's what I was
He
saying.
just
When
get
I
pepper sprayed for no reason. That's why they tell you not. See, depending on what kind of pepper spray he got is depending on what kind of charge he
he
gets.
had bear mace. Bear
Oh,
mace.
that shit is illegal, ain't it?
I think. I don't know. I'm not sure. I never dealt with it. I never dealt with pepper spray.
He looked like, you know, he looked like he Jeff. Here's your sign, Jeff
Because of
Foxworth.
it.
But when he did that, he did wind up getting arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Believe in free speech?
Yeah, it was free speech.
So you think white people should be allowed to say? Nobody should be killed for words.
Nah,
Words ain't shit. Obviously, it's
What you mean word?
You know
where
what?
that word was used.
Freedom of speech was made for like political settings,
Right.
group settings, like shit, like you going up and running for mayor and somebody wants to contest you. That's free speech. Non-free speech would be World War II over there in Germany. They didn't have free speech. They had people knocking on their doors if they said Hitler is bad. See, y'all done fucked the, y'all done, yeah, Bill Engvall.
They definitely did take free speech and change the whole context of it.
Nah, Miss Independent, in some states that mace has been deemed illegal depending on what kind you got, and he got bear mace. That's not supposed. It's in the name, bear. It's supposed to be used on bears, not humans.
You spraying human beings with it.
It's gonna piss you off, but even if it pisses you off, you don't think somebody should be killed over it.
No, bro.
No, you shouldn't be killed over it. But
No,
you need
Mr.
to
Judge. It's just like the adage said, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Physically is what they forgot to leave on the end. Physical harm is what they worried about.
No, I agree with it. You shouldn't be killed for it, but you definitely need your ass whooped. At the very least.
Yeah, like I said, depending on which one he had, he sprayed it on a human. That's assault.
Yeah.
Bro wasn't threatening him. He wasn't even talking to him.
All the dude was doing, he didn't even say a word to him. He just went to go pick his girlfriend up after he maced him, and he walked up to the dude and maced him too for no reason. He didn't say anything to him.
I said it about 3 or 4 times.
And then he called the cop and wound up getting locked up. That's the irony of that.
Well, it's more about the people that ain't asking for nothing and ain't provoking than the people that are. Because somebody always gonna take it too far, and then it's always an innocent victim that get bopped over the head because they was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Facts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I gave you the food.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so he's acting like he's a proponent of free speech. That's what he's advocating for, except that's a total load of bullshit. See, Dalton is doing this because Dalton has really no other choice in life. See, Dalton Etherly is a contractor, a remodeler who is from a little town in Tennessee called Clarksville. All right, and back.
Oh yeah, he's blaming black people for ruining his business. Because he got fired and started a business and then started doing this shit. And
he got fired for what?
For saying some racist shit in the road rage.
Okay, and then he started a business and it flopped. Also because yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's been tampered out of society, just like Ninja Turtle. You know, they just voted him off the island.
Right. Even his preacher told him, "Look, man, I can come to your house and pray for you, but we don't want you on the church campuses no more."
Timu Wider, I'll be your Huckleberry.
Right. Well, he started GoFundMe and it's almost at $60,000 right now because he did a "woe is me." The chimps. He literally put on Twitter, "The chimps been trying to ruin my life, my business."
Bro, you know the KKK is still a thing. They just call themselves the sons and daughters of the Confederacy now.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's always gonna be somebody that's people send money to Umar. Enough said.
That's fact.
Back sometime last year, Dalton went viral while he was working for a contracting company. After he cut off a woman and her child in traffic, he almost sideswiped them. They ended up veering into a different lane. He walked over, spit on his girl's mom's car, and asked what their problem was before he drops the N-word on them. He then held a cross up outside of his window at them before driving away. Now, the girl took a picture of this. She posted.
No wonder his preacher said you can't come to the campus no more.
This is why he lost his job. This whole incident right here.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that right there, when he held that cross up, no wonder you can't come to the church no more.
Right.
He didn't want the church to get canceled.
Doesn't the Bible say love thy neighbor? Doesn't the Bible say that? Doesn't the Bible say love thy neighbor or something like that?
Yeah, it says love thy neighbor as thou love thyself. It's a whole lot of times, but that's how it goes.
That's the irony of some racist people that are Christians. You'd be like, I'd be like, how can you be a Christian and a racist at the same time? That just it just don't make sense.
It up on Facebook, and the post goes viral. This leads to Dalton being known in his hometown of Clarksville as the racist contractor. Because of this, he starts to run into problems in his professional life at work. The company he works for decides that they're going to let him go. They fire his ass, and then he begins to find it difficult to
got fired by the black man
in that area. So he jump-started his own company called Remodel Clarksville, and he began to work for himself. However, due to his reputation, people recognizing him, things were not going great for him. It's almost like actions have consequences.
So he gets fired for being racist, try to start a business. The business don't go well because recognize
everybody recognizes him for being racist. Look, that man is toxic. And don't nobody want him around them because he's toxic. He gonna tank your business. Ain't nobody gonna want to be around you because you around him, and he is a known confirmed racist. Joshua, right? Bigot, you fired, right, Maxwell?
Right. That's the crazy thing about it. And then his excuse for him doing this content is because we ruined his life. Motherfucker, you did this to yourself. Nobody asked you.
You ruined your life when you got caught on camera being racist as a motherfucker to a woman and a child.
And her mother.
Oh, the mama, the daughter, and the daughter was in there?
Yup.
Hey, Caleb.
The whole generation. My charges. That's what that is. The whole generation he was being racist to. God
well, I be.
So unable to work, unable
3
to
generations of black folk
to provide for his family, he decided to just fully embrace the identity of being a racist contractor. Right? We got this post right here.
Wait a minute. His wife stayed with him.
Yep. Well, what's her name? Wife stayed with him after all the racist shit he was going around saying. Charlie Kirk.
Oh yeah, well, they cut from the same cloth then.
Right, and now she done basically took his fucking spot.
How else she gonna make enough money to stay in the lifestyle she's become accustomed to? Bruh, I highly doubt Charlie Kirk had life insurance.
I don't know. That's a good point.
And he said, here is the original post that the BLM crowd canceled me for 2 years ago. I got fired and was forced to start my own company. Since I started my company, the chimps have been trying to starve and harass me the entire time. They
motherfucker, you ain't learned your lesson yet.
want the gun to my head apology, and it won't happen. Okay, and all of this is the reason why he began to stream himself walking up and antagonizing black people for the sole purpose of entertainment for his kick streams.
I was just driving to work, and she starts yelling at me saying, "What the fuck's your problem? What's your problem?" And I said, just doing the speed limit. And then as soon as I said that, she threw her drink out the window. She said, threw the drink out at the truck. I rolled the window up, and then we drive to the next light. Of course, we get the red light again. She rolls her window down again, and all I did was I rolled mine down. And
but we don't have none of this on camera, do we?
Huh?
We don't have none of that on camera, do we?
No, that's the incident where he's holding up the cross. All he got is the picture.
I know. I'm saying we don't have the part where she throwing something at him or nothing like that.
Nope. And you can see on the car, she said he threw it at the door of his car. You don't see no soda or nothing on the car when in that picture.
Posted it everywhere. Said this guy's calling us hard R's, blah, blah, blah. Got me fired. I started my company in response to this. This was about 2 years ago. And that's followed me throughout the whole time trying to, there's the picture of me with the cross, and they've been trying to cancel me and slander me, and they posted me all over Facebook the entire time I've had my company, trying to say, do not hire this guy. He's hateful. He's this, is that. They say nothing about the work I actually do, but
who gives a fuck about the work you do? It ain't about the work you do. It's about the person that you are.
Slandering me to the point where I had my tongue basically sliced out of my mouth. One thing led to another where I got so much harassment. I just started posting them, chimping out. And I'm like, hey, I'm not the only one who's sick of this shit. I just doubled down. They wanted the...
Wait, so you think that you've proven a point by going around provoking people to crash out? And the crazy part about it is no one has ever crashed out.
He's using this as a way to get that anger out because he can't do shit else.
Right.
Let's not act like he sat down and crafted a plan.
Right. He's just a professional victim. You're admitting that you called this lady a nigger. You do look like call people niggas.
The reporter looked like the Pringles man.
Oh yeah, he definitely do. I couldn't put my finger on it. I'm like, who does he look like?
Apology, and I gave them none.
Okay.
And look, you notice he got the same mustache.
Mm-hmm.
That's my interviewing.
Okay, so the irony of this guy actually harassing somebody, being fired, losing his income, and then playing the victim card is not lost on me. Like I said, it's almost like bro almost expected for there to be no consequences for his actions. He's painting this poor, sad me story like, oh, all I did was overreact and everybody canceled me. Like, yeah, bro. That's kind of what happens in the modern world where everything is recorded and your behavior can be held against you. Just because you're an American doesn't mean you have immunity to all of the rules of the real world, which rule number one is, be respectful to others. He pretty much lost everything he had because he refused to apologize. He decided to just double down on being racist. So, like I said, unable to be employed anywhere on earth, the guy had, no other choice but to go out here and start streaming. And if that's all he did, that's where this story would end. But like I said, he doubled down on this whole racist spill. And when he did finally start streaming and trying to make income, he just decided that however he was acting that day when he put the cross out the window was the way that he was going to act throughout all of his streams. So I do have a couple of glorious clips that we're going to watch here today.
Dude right there. That's the big dude I was talking about. He waited till he was 100 feet away from this nigga to turn around and say, yeah, what, nigger? And the white girl walked up to him and said, go say it to his face. He was like, I did say it to his face. He said, no, you didn't. You said it all the way back here where I'm at.
To kind of show you guys what we're dealing with. And the first one I want to watch is this clip of him outside of a club talking to a security guard and absolutely trying his hardest to get a reaction, but ultimately failing and walking away like a punk. Let's watch the clip.
Man who's probably and needs to get some help.
What's that? Count to three. I'm being nice right now. That's right there across. That's free.
You're trying to tell me this isn't a public easement?
I stay right here.
Don't tell me what to do.
Okay, well, move there.
Keep yourself. Don't chimp out.
All right.
Look at him chimping out. Be a good boy. You heard me. Dumbass.
He waited till he was all the way over here to say that shit. And watch the little white girl go come and be like, go say it to his face. Tough guy.
All right, so first off, kudos to the security guard. Bro was handling himself professionally. He didn't allow himself to be provoked, and he didn't freak out on this guy. In fact, he even tells him at one point, like, hey, bro, back up a little bit or I can move you. Now, this guy said what he said as he was walking away, and I guess in his eyes, this makes him tough. All right, but this clip does get a little bit better because there is this absolutely boss ass lady here in a second that calls Chud on his bullshit, and it pretty much perfectly frames how much of a punk this guy actually is. Y'all watch this.
You heard me.
No,
I'm good.
You heard him? Yeah, you want to say it again? I'll walk you over there. You can say it to his face. No, I'm good. Yeah, you fucking got it. Oh, I like that white girl. She said, I walk you over there. You can say it to his face.
It's always the ones talking about they alpha males that be,
sissy.
No, I'm good. We're live. Don't touch me, lady. I already said it to his face. Dumbass.
What the fuck you didn't? You said it all the way down the block. And there go the police right there pulling up.
Hey, shout out to this chick. She said, hey, do you want to say it again? I'll walk you back up there. You can say it to his face. He said, no, I'm good.
No, I'm good. We're live. Don't touch me, lady. I already said it to his face.
She walked his ass down, but he said, nah, I'm good. Like, yeah, I bet you are, bro. Really, I always love to see people talk tough as they walk away like real tough guys do.
Get mogged.
Now, this guy obviously feels completely safe in the activity that he is participating in. He clearly thinks that nothing is going to happen to him. And so this is
he picking spots where police come by periodically. He know the timetable. Told you I got a couple of addresses. I got a couple of addresses for you to pull up to. Pull on up.
Oh, speaking of the police, everybody that was in the chat last night, the non-mentionable lady is pressing charges on y'all. She's pressing charges on us, y'all.
Wait. Now she pressing charges on the chat. Hey, bougie.
Yeah, that's word for word. That's what she said.
Because I said the chat be making it worse.
Right.
I can't. But she don't watch though.
Right.
Led to a bunch of these clips going viral, but it doesn't always go as, for lack of a better word, as smooth as that interaction right there went. In fact, a lot of the times these interactions do go left, and Dalton, knowing that these things can go left, normally walks around armed with multiple different weapons. For example, one of his favorite things to walk around with is bear mace. And we have seen
I told you, bear mace.
Him pull this bear mace out on people in the past and threaten to use it on them because he provokes them, they react, then he feels like his life is in danger.
Like I said earlier, it's not even just black people that are not going for that shit. This white girl come out of nowhere. There's white people that'll stand up for it too.
Here is a great example of that exact thing happening.
Or what? Come on over here. You heard me. Or what? Back up.
Shut the fuck up.
Back up.
Or
what?
Why you saying?
You might want to back up. You're going to get sprayed. Because I can say it's America.
Why?
Because it's America.
But why?
Because it's
I
America.
can say what I want. Or what? Back up.
Thank you. Sasha Love, thank you for the $2 super chat. She said this is something on our book money as a group.
Our bail money over you. Appreciate it.
Good
Back
grief.
up.
Okay.
So this guy's
Oh, he was bothering Old Dog from Minister Society. Don't
He
the
better
boy
be glad
like,
he's still living and breathing.
don't that nigga look like Lorenz Tate in Minister Society? If that was a real Old Dog, he blew his shit back.
Yeah, basically Jay Williams.
So he provokes you into coming up to him
And then he bear maces you. It's like Jim Bob and what's his name on South Park. It was coming right for us. But they already be done shot it up.
Right. And then he talking about, I can say it because this is America. So you're trying to portray the stereotype that you can just walk around provoking and being racial in America just because it's America.
Yes, I advocate for that too, cause y'all, sure enough do. They fuck you over, go ahead and sue.
Right.
Or what? Back up. Back up.
So this guy's entire point for doing this is to, I guess, prove that black people act irrationally when white people use this word. But ironically, every clip that I've pretty much seen, he uses the word. Somebody will confront him. He'll continue to use it, antagonize them, and try to escalate the situation.
He better be glad nobody ain't walked up behind him and tapped him across the table with a camera case.
Right. Right. That's what I was thinking too. That's why he stays at his car.
That's what's saving his life. He got that live going. Everybody know what that stick up means.
Right. He keeps the camera rolling, or he's always in a public place.
Somebody go wise up and walk up behind him. Right. It's gonna be a done data.
Putting right down. You ain't gonna see him on the stream or nothing. Because he always got the camera facing them. You ain't gonna see that big up. We gonna knock that head right over his head.
And it never seems to actually escalate the way that he wants it to. The image that he wants to paint of the people that he is trying to insult is not the actual image that he's getting when he's streaming. Most of them stay calm.
Right. Most of the people stay calm, so he keep trying to escalate it. He'll keep calling you a nigger, saying what you gonna do about it to try to get you to react the way he wants you to react. And most people don't.
And wait, isn't she using a pseudonym? Somebody in the chat answered that.
Except for the dude that was at that gas station right before you came up and played a big black dude spit on him and got in his car and left because he couldn't make it to his car. They surrounded him. He couldn't make it inside the car, so they spit on him.
Composed, and they just question, why are you doing this? This is dumb as hell, which I wanted to just stop and point out. But anyways, let's continue.
Nobody's doing it.
Yeah.
Back up.
Everybody was chilling. You're just being an asshole.
Yeah, it's all good, bro. Don't worry about it.
He heard the word. He's like a Manchurian candidate. He's a Manchurian candidate. He heard his target word. Bro didn't want to get sprayed.
That's why you carry a fucking mace.
I got something else for you too if you want it. I'm trying to spare your life. Get the fuck out of here. You want to go viral? You're gonna be millions of views tomorrow morning.
Wait a minute, bro. Pause.
Trying to spare his life by walking up to him, calling him a nigger for no reason, trying to provoke him into whooping your ass, but you're trying to spare his life?
Hey, Chud, here go your first address, Underground Atlanta. Go down there about 8:30 p.m.
Shit, bring that shit to North Philly. Germantown ass.
Go to Underground.
Anytime of the day.
Next time you see Chud, he'll be running down the street, bump bookie, with blood running down his head.
You like messing with druggies and drug addicts. Walk your ass up and down Kensington, F and Allegheny.
Since you like dressing like a fairy.
Plenty of homeless and dope heads and crackheads that you can bother, but I wouldn't.
Ain't somebody moving to the trunk?
About no mace. They don't give a fuck about no guns. They whacked out of their mind. You take that shit down to E and Allegheny, North.
You know what, Mr. Switchy? You right. I'm just saying, because he like I done heard some things about underground these days, and he like to dress like a fairy. So I thought it'd go together.
I don't know where he is, to be honest with you. I've only seen his clips a couple times. I'm just going over it because he finally
in Nashville.
He finally got banned, so he lost his business, he lost his job, and now he just lost his stream revenue. So,
what did it say? Charleston, Tennessee. He in some small town. Go to Nashville. Go downtown.
Oh, he in Tennessee. Oh yeah.
Bring that ass to Atlanta. Go to Underground. And what's that other street? Mr. Switchy, what's that other street up here? Since he like to dress like a fairy, go down there about 11:30.
You're gonna be millions of views tomorrow morning. Just wait for that. Yeah, you don't give a fuck because you don't look like you care about much. You shouldn't be driving. You look a little drunk.
Be meeting up on.
Do I need to get somebody over here?
Put the mace down, see what happens.
Or what?
Put the mace down, see what happens.
Yeah. You gonna get blown apart?
I told you, Mr. Judge, I have to drop down.
Come on over here. Come on.
All right, I want to pause it right here because there's a few.
Mace right out. You want to get blown? Pick the mace right back up. You ain't had no fucking gun because the cops told you can't walk around with a gun no more. That's why you start carrying the mace.
Wait a minute. He said, go to Memphis. Go to Memphis and go on Lamar. It's a pool hall. Go in the pool hall and try that shit.
I heard about them.
Where Trey at? Now Lamar is the hostro.
I heard some shit about the Memphis niggas. But the cops told him had discovered his videos and seen what he was doing, and they told him he can't walk around. He'll be arrested if he gets caught with a gun again. That's why he has the bear mace. But he thinks people don't know that.
He's so like, you on live, dummy.
Right. And you got to
let him go. Let him go to Chicago.
I want to talk.
Oh my God! Take that shit to O Block. Go tell them that they're chipping out.
Cause he be live on Kick, Mr. Judge. He is being funded by other racist motherfuckers.
Right.
You should know how this go.
Right. He gonna start another. His GoFundMe is at almost $60,000.
About now, y'all know how I do it on my channel. I don't really script anything or anything like that, right? I just watch the clips, give y'all commentary, but I do a lot of legal breakdowns on my channel, and so I want to talk for just a second about the legality of what we're watching, because in the clip you can hear him threaten this kid with mace. When the kid gets a little bit upset, says put the mace down, he then threatens him with what I'm assuming is a gun, because he says, what, do you want to get blowed to pieces? All right, and this guy is in Tennessee. That's where the majority of his streams happen. And I want to touch on the legality of it a bit, because he seems to be leaning hard on the I'm an American. This is freedom of speech. Nobody can do anything to me. And if they do, I have the right to defend myself. Right. But in Tennessee, that I was defending myself argument gets super weak if the whole confrontation is built around him provoking people on purpose. All right. First off,
he thinks that he's going to get by with freedom of speech and self-defense. But like I said, freedom of speech and harassment are two different things.
This is not the first pod. Go ahead.
Right. You're going up to people, harassing them for no reason.
This is not the first podcast that did this. So we've seen by the example of other podcasters when they end their asses up in court that defending themselves don't. Now if somebody just out the blue come up and try to assault them, that's different. No, he going up to people and provoking anger.
Right. I just mentioned the kid that he didn't go around saying nothing racist. Jack Doherty, he have his big black security guard with him, and he'll walk by you in the mall and pump you, and then be like, "Oh, what you gonna do about it?" And hide behind security guard and do shit like that. He losing all his shit now. And Blue Gang used to go around trashing people's shit, and they broke his jaw and turned him into a pastor. Now that nigga screaming straight.
They knocked that nigga straight to church.
where he threatens anybody, just walking up to people, calling them slurs, trying to provoke a reaction, and then saying something like, I'll blow you to pieces, can already be charges against him in the future.
Because that means you're harassing people with the intent to do harm, possibly unalive them. So self-defense is not going to work.
He's trying to create a viral moment.
Right.
Future, right? This is classic harassment is what it is. All right. Now, Tennessee also includes intentionally or knowingly causing another person to reasonably fear imminent bodily injury. So if he threatens somebody while using or...
This motherfucker called a 7-foot nigga to the gym for a one-on-one fight and jumped him. Stone cold coward. Now that motherfucker...
This dude?
No, Wes Watson.
Oh.
I can't stand that motherfucker. John Bravo be on that nigga head.
Don't do Jake from State Farm like that. Jake from State Farm is a law-abiding citizen and he don't bother nobody.
Right.
Could look at this as aggravated assault in Tennessee because Tennessee aggravated assault includes assault that involves the use or display of a deadly weapon. All right. Tennessee harassment law covers communicating a threat where the speaker intends it as a threat and a reasonable person will perceive it as a threat. And if it's happening in public, you got disorderly conduct that can apply, creating hazardous conditions with no legitimate purpose.
That's where I got it from. He said, "Don't forget Wes Watson." Oh, you said you mentioned Wes too. Yeah,
I think they said Wes on the run.
And he got exposed for being pegged. He liked to be pegged. He swears he's an alpha male, but his girlfriend came out and exposed him for liking to be pegged.
Yeah, see, I told you.
All these alpha male niggas all turned out to be fairies.
He was a fairy. He was a fairy.
I don't know. It's something about the one dude.
He's like, wait. Maximus say he beat his girlfriend up and kidnapped her, and now he's facing up to 50 years. He either on the run. Yes.
Oh, wow. I bet it might be the one that exposed him for being pegged.
While he feels like he's protected under his right to free speech, the truth is you don't get to just go up to people, say racist stuff, threaten lethal violence, wave weapons around, and assume that because you're doing it for content makes it legal. Granted, calling somebody a racial...
And not only is he trying to pull the self-defense thing, he thinks because he's a white guy and it's a black guy whooping on his ass, he's going to get away with it. That's the main thing I believe he thinks he's getting away with. Because I'm white, and in his eyes, you're a nigger. Man, this ain't 1965. This ain't 1950s. This is we in 2020s, 2026, my nigga. You ain't getting away with it.
Don't fly no more.
Zimmerman. You think we're gonna let that shit fly again?
Slur is not automatically a criminal case offense. It becomes a problem when there is a pattern of this behavior, and there clearly is. This guy targets black people, uses the slurs to provoke them.
Right. That's a pattern of behavior. You're recording yourself doing this multiple times. Your whole channel is you doing this. So that means you have a pattern of going around harassing and provoking people. So you're not going to
now you got you saying it.
Records it, carries Bear Mason a gun, and then threatens deadly force if they react in a way that he doesn't like. Patterns like that in the court of a law can be used as evidence for intent, motive, premeditation, especially if something violent happens later on. Tennessee also has a civil rights intimidation statute. It makes it a felony to injure, threaten to injure, or coerce somebody with intent to unlawfully intimidate them, exercising.
I don't know if it's just in Memphis, but the streets are crawling, and I mean absolutely crawling with ICE and military. It's brown suits everywhere. I ain't seen an empty parking lot.
Well, now they locking up Native Americans. They're rounding up Native Americans now.
Where they gonna send them to?
Huh?
Where they gonna send them to?
I thought that's what I was saying too. We're fucking
You
just
hear
spinning.
bruh. You have a high clickbait history. Where did you see that at?
No, it was on Godfrey's. It was on Godfrey's. It's actual video of ICE pulling these Native Americans out of their car, and ICE doing it.
Did they take them or did they let them go?
No, they took them. They took them. They took them. There's a whole thing about
it. Protected rights. Tennessee also recognizes
what I'm
bias
saying,
as a motivation.
That just went the other way of what I was saying. If you look at the videos, you don't see any of that.
No, I'm telling you, it's a video of them yanking them out of their car.
No, Chud video.
Oh, yeah.
None of those videos have I seen any of those uniforms.
Right.
As a sentencing issue in hate crime context. All right, now clearly this dude didn't consult with a lawyer at fucking all before he started doing all of this, so I'm sure he's not privy to any of this information. But the main question that comes to mind is...
And I was suing for every bit amount of money he gonna get in that GoFundMe. Every time it go up, I'm raising the amount I'm suing you for. If I was him.
Say he does this to somebody...
I don't even think that's legal, but
and it does get violent and he does end up injuring somebody, could he survive a conviction?
If somebody don't get the GoFundMe shut down.
Right.
Girl, they already have. He on kick.
It's argument, and Tennessee does have stand your ground self-defense protections, but they normally only apply when a person is not engaged in unlawful activity and is somewhere that they have a right to generally be. But that does not mean that you can go out and manufacture the danger. If something ever happened and he was arrested and prosecutors could prove that he was the initial aggressor or intentionally provoked the encounter, then self-defense becomes pretty much useless in the court of law. They would pretty much look at a few things like, did he start or escalate the confrontation? And did he withdraw before using deadly force? If, say, in this situation, things went left and this kid did get mad enough to do something and this guy did pull his gun out and quote unquote blow him to pieces, he almost 100% would be facing first-degree murder charges. And they would argue that it was intentional and premeditated based on
and a hate crime.
On the prior videos that he has released. So the bottom line is, if this guy actually does shoot somebody in Tennessee after repeatedly provoking them on camera and threatening to blow them to pieces, he is absolutely going to be charged with a minimum of aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, homicide, and possibly first-degree murder, depending on what happens in this situation. I wanted to point that out and talk about that because this guy seems to think that because he has the freedom of speech, he has immunity from anything that happens because of his speech. And that's just not the case. All right. This guy is walking a thin line. And while nothing has went too left yet, it doesn't mean it won't.
Look at him. He's shimping out. You might want to get your boy. He's dumbass. Dumbass. Yeah, you might want to get your boy. I'm like really like about to lose my shit. Fragile like women. Fragile like little women. Where's your daddy at? Did he teach you how to behave?
Fragile like women. That's ironic. Says the motherfucker that was taking pictures of himself in fairy outfits.
Surely he did. He's going to get milk still. He's still going to get milk, right? He didn't know who he parked next to. Holy shit.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, get in the fucking car, boy.
Hey, Mr. Judge,
that's what I thought.
Don't even bother.
Act like a civil individual. It's America. I can say what I want. You heard me. You're gonna make me millions of dollars. Chill, bro, chill. People like you. Welcome to America, buddy. The white man's back.
There's nothing to research on it. I literally saw the fucking video of it happening.
Yeah, but like Jada said, they got taken because she had a suspended license.
Oh shit! No,
that was the outcome of that. You know, just because they ICE, they still law enforcement.
That wasn't the only person.
Yeah, because they'll pick up anybody that's got open warrants or doing something. That's how they pull you over in the first place. I've been in Memphis for months. You know that. I've been driving around.
Memphis or somewhere else.
I know, but I'm saying that's where they at right now, currently.
Like I'm not live. Like I don't have 170,000 followers. You don't like that, do you? That's what I thought. Buddy, you walk up over here with a pistol, I'll blow your shit apart. I would suggest you get the fuck away from me. That's what I thought. Get your mud shark. You walk over here with a pistol, I'll fucking blow your brains out. That's what I thought.
Why would you have
think
to
somebody
walk
scared
over
of you?
with a pistol?
That dumbass tried to walk up with a gun.
I love how in that clip he was telling the other person
It
to
ain't
be
just ice
civil
up there,
when
baby.
he's the one acting like a complete ass. It's insanity to watch, to be honest. Now they got in a car and they left, which is exactly what they should have did. No reason to engage with this fucking guy right here. So nobody ended up in a worse way after than they were before the encounter happened. But again, that's not always the case. Sometimes things do go left and we do see things happen, like in this next clip where
that he pepper sprayed.
one guy got mad at him, he pulls out the bear mace, and he actually ends up spraying the guy that he was harassing with the bear mace.
You the only nigga with a gun? I ain't worried about no paper spray. I'll fire your ass up right now. It's sitting in the well. Chance.
On the back up.
I'm walking right back. I'm walking out. You ain't did shit yet. I'm walking right up on your ass.
Come on.
Hell, my boy, what's up, man?
What up?
You know that right? Chill.
What up? Y'all chilling? Yeah, I know y'all are way too cool to chimp out. Y'all got money. You got money. Those are retro.
But you ain't got to do that, though.
Y'all ain't gonna chimp out on me. You got too much money.
The words is words, but you got to, you understand that. Look, what up? Pretty guy.
That's what I want to know, Mr. Judge.
I know. I'm just saying.
Do something to you, nigga. I'm coming to you. You feel me?
I just told you.
Like I'm gonna do something to you.
Yeah. Just back up a little bit.
To you, fool.
But I don't know,
That's
y'all.
scary. Listen, I know you ain't on shit, fool. You scary as hell.
Back up.
Like you the only nigga good.
Like,
I ain't worried about no paper spray. I'll fire your ass up right now.
Look at these chimping out.
Yeah, show me some ass.
That man did not have a gun.
Fuck all that shit in the well. Ass.
Your
On the
pants
back up.
were hanging off your ass.
I'm walking out. You ain't did shit. I'm walking right up on your ass. Fuck on.
Back up.
You a nigga.
Back up.
Tell me something. What you talking about?
Look at him chimping out.
Yeah.
Y'all might want to back up.
Out.
I told you back up. How's that feel?
How you gonna walk up on somebody and
call the
tell them to
cops so you
back
can go
up?
to jail.
Right. It's absolutely insane behavior on this guy's.
That's assault again, because the dude didn't touch you and you still sprayed him. You walked up on him, provoking him, and then when he reacts, you spray him.
Pointed out the dude didn't have no gun, so then you can't turn around and say, well, I thought he had a gun.
Right.
Part. Now, like I said, he spoke on the fact that he carries a gun and he carries bear mace and he says this word freely, however he wants to whoever he wants in the past. And his whole argument is it's free speech. I'm allowed to say it. Nothing should happen to me because I said it. And he has elaborated on this in other videos, why he feels like he should be immune from any consequences of his action.
The chimps keep saying, why do you need the gun though? Leave the gun at home. Why do I need a gun? To protect myself while just simply existing as a free man. I can say what I want. We can say.
Yeah, you can say what you want, but you can't go around harassing people for no apparent reason. Saying what you want and freedom of speech and harassment are two different things.
Whatever we want. This is America. You shouldn't react with a chimp out or violent aggression, threats of deadly violence. That just proves our point.
You the only one that was threatened, motherfucker, with deadly violence. We've seen this whole entire time. You were the only person we've seen threaten somebody with deadly violence.
White people took over whole damn buildings during COVID. They thought it was the end of the world. It took over the police department. Remember they took that shit over in Seattle?
Yep.
For like a whole year. But black people are the violent ones, though.
They stormed the fucking Capitol. Didn't a lady die?
More than one somebody. Something happened down there, like a car crash or some shit. They was trying to barricade. They was trying to bulldoze through something. I don't remember.
Oh, do this without the gun, though.
Hey, cowboy, leave your gun at home and then come out in the street and do a duel. What are you, dumb? The cowboy's always got his gun. Are you stupid? You're a bitch. No, you are. You're chimp.
You're not a cowboy. You're a fucking fairy, literally.
This is not
the cowboy.
This is not the 1800s.
Right.
You can't be a cowboy. The only kind of cowboy you can be is the one that fix fences and ride horses. Go to the rodeo. You can't be out provoking people just to get them to beat your ass so you can. It's just not justified.
Yeah, right. I don't know why you think it is.
Oh, do this without the gun, though. Hey, cowboy, leave your gun at home and then come out in the street and do a duel.
Gunslinger than
what are you, dumb? The cowboy's always got his gun. Are you stupid?
Oh, yes. And let's not forget.
No, you are.
Let's not forget the shit up in D.C.
Oh, yeah.
It was like 99.5% Caucasian fuckery. Because it was 2 black people spotted. Okay? All white folk.
When they were jumping the security guard? Or
no, when they raided Congress.
Oh, yeah.
You're chimping out because I'm a free man and you're mad. I don't know who you are. Y'all know who I am.
Okay, now I wanted to play that so I could.
Not one person that you harassed knew who the fuck you were.
Say this next part, right? Just because he feels like nothing should happen to him because he's just simply practicing free speech doesn't mean that's how things are always going to go for him. All right. While he feels like, oh, I'm just practicing my free speech, nobody should be, threatening violence against me or no harm should come to me because of the things I.
Nah, Nick, those are 2 different incidents. The beginning of the Rona in Seattle, they took over a police station, and then in the Capitol on January 6th, the girl got shot when she was trying to bust through the door. Remember, they was trying to get to Congress. Congress had hid, and the Secret Service straight through the dome.
I say it's cool that you feel that way, but that don't necessarily mean that that's going to protect you. Just because you feel like nobody should do anything to you don't mean that nobody will do anything to you. All right. That shit only works as long as people give a damn about your free speech. As soon as somebody don't really care about your free speech no more and they're willing to risk it and possibly throw everything away to teach you a lesson, that is the moment that you're going to find out. Yeah, you have the right to say.
I know exactly what this is. This is repression.
No, that's not the dude.
No. This is repression. He is running.
That's the dude that said he was going to buy FDMG and.
No.
No, that's not him.
That's not Chud. No, I'm not saying as a person. No, this is he's repressed. Let me rephrase. He's repressed. Chud is repressed. He wants to fuck black. Well, let's get technical. He wants to be fucked by black men.
That could be it. And he mad that he probably
in the closet.
He probably got rejected at some point.
Nequa plate fishing.
Whatever you want, but other people have the right to react however they want, and you cannot control the way that somebody is going to react. The way I see it is, it's only a matter of time before something absolutely devastating takes place because of this guy's antics. And he knows that because he only really does this when he has his bear mace or his gun on him. When he's in other places where those items aren't allowed, like, for example, a city mall, he's not nowhere near as disrespectful to the people that he's talking to. He only feels comfortable enough being that disrespectful when he has his protection. And I want to play out this next clip to kind of show y'all what I'm talking about.
What is better for podcasting, Zoom or Riverside?
We streaming.
Got it going on.
Hell yeah, what's going on?
Big old bankroll.
All right.
Call me big money.
Which one's better, Popeyes or KFC? You just say it don't even matter what it
is. Structure, brother.
KFC?
Hell no.
Y'all don't like KFC?
Yeah, Nick will need to start FedEx plates.
Yeah, see y'all real. No. What, y'all want to interview?
No, you're crazy.
Come on. Y'all are grown-up professionals. You got a high-dollar watch on your wrist. You ain't chipping out.
Yeah.
Y'all are cool. I like y'all. So for real, Popeyes?
That's the one. Go down.
Bro, you should work. They should give you a motherfucking raise.
He disguised his racism when he's in a setting where he doesn't have his gun or his bear mace. He not throwing no nigger shit out. He not telling he'll blow their heads off. He's a polite little boy. He's a polite little fairy.
What it is, he like you.
You see how he start blushing and shit?
He smiling.
Yeah, I'm starting to see what you're talking about.
He repressed.
No, I was because they told me that.
Remember how I told you Hassan was hiding in the closet, but the closet was transparent? He was the only one that didn't know he was in there.
Yeah.
Same goes for him. Except for he like black men. But he's a bottom. He has a fetish.
KFC, I worked at KFC. They said that the KFC, they put them in a steam box.
Go to the black people.
And then over here, they got it at the fucking, it's all aired out. You know what I mean? So it don't get all soggy and shit.
They eating good over there. KFC.
All right. You heard it here first.
Oh yeah, you heard it here first.
I like that.
Right,
Fuck yeah. Come get Popeyes. Y'all be safe. Hey, don't believe everything they say about me. Y'all be safe. Hell yeah.
Let me tell you a story.
Oh, now it's don't believe everything they say about me.
See, he like him. Look, he red.
Yep.
Whole face red. He like him. He trying to keep the conversation going. They keep trying to walk off and he keep pacing back over there. He got a fetish.
He definitely does.
Everything's structure.
Everything's structure. Structure. Hey, I am Chud the Builder, so I know about structure. There you go. Everything's structure.
Yeah, as you can see, bro has a completely different tone in his voice when he's in a place where he doesn't have his protection, because you can't take bear mace and a gun into the mall. So he's got a completely different interaction that takes place with these guys as opposed to the ones that take place when he's outside on the street and has his protection. And again, I think it just shows how much of an absolute fucking punk this guy is. All right. Now, that's not the end of the story, because this guy's been streaming on Kick, and obviously people had a problem with what he was doing. So Kick decided to eventually step in, and they sent him a community guidelines violation for public harassment, and they suspended his account, as they should have, but they only suspended his account for 3 days at first. They then doubled back when he filed his appeal and told him, hey, you know what? We looked at it, and after looking at everything, we've decided that we're going to extend your suspension to indefinitely. You basically have been kicked off of the platform for your behavior. Now, Kick is a...
See, that's what the fuck you get. You need your ass whooped, but I'll take that too.
cesspool of terrible streamers
Yeah,
doing absolutely
now all he can do is
grotesque
sit in
things.
reality and
But look,
cry.
Mm-hmm. And I bet you he probably ran to his Facebook or Twitter and
He been kicked off all of those, if I'm not mistaken.
he can't go on nothing. As a matter of fact, he probably did. The only thing he probably on is
Kick is the last. Kick is the last of the Mohicans.
right. If you get kicked off of Kick, that's it.
Exactly. So he can't. He can look, but he can't interact. Probably.
expected them to take any action, but they did. And so this led to Chud, or Dalton, losing his income once again because of his antics. And the first thing that he did was he went and he started basically a GoFundMe for people to donate to try to help him take care of his family. And unbelievably, this guy has raised over $50,000 from this campaign. And the campaign reads, help the Chud and his family. Dear friends and supporters and champions of free speech. My name is...
You know what's crazy? He tried to use his daughter as a reason to get GoFundMe, and then they did some research in it. He's a fucking deadbeat.
He ain't even with a kid.
Nope.
Sad and shameful.
Dalton Etherly, and I'm reaching out with a heavy heart, fighting to protect my family and my business. Just over 1 year ago, I started DLE contracting in Clarksville, Tennessee out of sheer necessity. I was fired from my previous contracting job after BLM activists targeted me over words I shared online, jokes and opinions that they twisted to end my career with no other way to support my
jokes and opinions that we twisted to end his career. Diabolical.
Family and my precious 2-year-old son. I poured everything into this small business, working tirelessly to provide for my family and build a future. But now that dream is under attack, not for the quality of my work, but for what I say online. I shared mid-jokes, unfiltered thoughts, and yes, sometimes I've used the N-word in what I thought was an edgy, harmless humor. I know it's controversial, but it's my right to speak freely. For that, hundreds of people in my city are slandering my business, spreading lies that tear down everything I worked for. Okay, first off, again, he's playing the victim here like he didn't do anything wrong. Bro, you actively harassed people, got fired, got terminated from Kick. This is all the product of your own making. You can't really say people are slandering you when they're just highlighting what you actually did. All right, the delusion is baffling, but he posts this up. He basically begs for people to support him after he's pretty much ruined his life and become the most unemployable man in the United States. And now he wants people to step in and help him. All right. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be making no donations to this guy. I don't even know if his career is going to continue to go. It looks like he has been, permanently banned from the platform that he was on. But this was an absolutely crazy story. I wanted to touch on it. I wanted to talk about it, share it with my audience. Y'all know I normally do hip hop news, but I've been trying to sprinkle in some topics that ain't hip hop every now and then. So y'all let me know what y'all thought about this topic right here. Hit the like button for me.
And then
you could probably find them on Grindr.
After this happens, they found this fairy picture. Where is it at?
Man, his past
dude named
Right after that,
right?
They found
he has
it.
A mustache, cowboy hat, and a dude named Chud.
He had on a choker too.
You piss the internet off, they go dig it. And they always find something. You piss the internet off, they always go dig it. All right, so that's that in a nutshell. Now I'm going to slide over to T-Bone from Colors and see what he been dropping.
He calls himself Chud.
Look, there we go. This is the guy I was talking about. Half Pint, the dude's story he stole. Now, if y'all was here yesterday, y'all saw the video where Hassan was talking about how he was using the bathroom and Bambaataa came in and started getting it. This is the guy he stole it from, and you're going to hear him tell the story.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to catch a couple more orders.
All right.
All right. I'll see y'all later, everybody.
All right. This is the guy Half Pint. The guy I told you he stole part of his story from. He took a collective of different people who had experiences, either with Bambaataa or just have their own experience, and then mashed it all into one story.
Tried that shit with me. I told Jerry, Larnett, Poppy, I told him before, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you how he tried this shit with me. I was 12 years old. This when I was
And he just said, I told Poppy this story. Poppy is Hassan Campbell's nickname. So he even said he told Hassan this story. But his didn't blow up as much as Hassan, so nobody really knew that he stole the story.
You know what I'm saying? You know I know motherfucker, so you can't tell me, because you tried that shit with me. I told Jerry, Larnett, Poppy, I told
Jerry such and such and Poppy. Poppy is Hassan Campbell. So Hassan Campbell got B Stinger's side of the story about being thighed, and Half Pint's side of the story about Bambaataa coming into the bathroom with him while he was peeing. And then he took the scene from Different Strokes and mashed that all together and made it his story.
Before, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you how he tried this shit with me. I was 12 years old. This when I because anybody know me, I used to run away. Niggas know I was wild. My mother used to come and get me from parties. Like they used to say, Jules, your mom's is at the door.
Now listen, you hear his story? I was 12 and I used to run away. Suddenly Hassan Campbell was 12 and he was running away, but none of his family has any recollection of him ever running away from home.
Like I'm ducking and hiding and shit, I'm running away. Because, you know what I'm saying, my mother, didn't want me hanging out late like that. You know what I'm saying? I had good parents. We all got good parents, but mine was extra strict. They was bugged out crazy. I love them to death. I miss them to death. But when I started hanging out down the hill, thank God for Steve in the building and Kato that was in our building. I'll never forget it. Steve had told me, yo, watch that nigga ass nigga, da-da-da-da. But Kato had told me, he said, don't be in no rooms by yourself with that nigga Bambaataa. And if he tries something, just let me know. This is what Kato had told me. And it was, sometime after that, I don't remember, but you know what I'm saying? I do remember this. Two of the dudes that was in the room are still directly around Bambaataa right now. So I know, you know what I'm saying, the shit is true, but this one he had.
And the two dudes that he was talking about, one of them was Hassan, that was still around Bambaataa when Handpipe told this story.
We was in there, a lot of us, we fucking with the music in there. And I said, I got to go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom. About 4 seconds later, this nigga comes in the bathroom. Don't have pint, I got to get something out the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Comes in the bathroom, look at the medicine cabinet, don't find it. But then I'm peeing already. This nigga he said, oh, I got to pee, whips his dick out and pee. And I'm looking at his dick and he looking at my dick. And I'm 12 years old. Don't get me wrong. So, you know what I'm saying? I know this ain't normal because all the men and even the women, when you teach a child how to pee, men, we stand behind them. And, when he's young, you teach him, whether he in a potty, you teach him how to shake it, but you're standing behind him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? And I'm 12 years old. And matter of fact, I think another reason why, I'm a wild 12. I'm runaway 12. So when he did that shit, my body tensed up. You know what I'm saying? It tensed up. And him being a professional, he sensed this. He sees this. And I guess he knows Half Pint ain't the one for this shit. He's not the one for this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you, and those who know me, I'm gonna tell you why. If you're not with his shit, you're not gonna be around him. Because anybody who know me, they know I used to rhyme back in the days, Half Pint, and then you remember this nigga even tried to go calling me. They said, well, we gonna call you Little Biggs. We gonna call you Little Biggs. You know what I'm saying? And I went under a flyer too under that Little Big shit. You know what I'm saying? But once he seen I wasn't with that shit, all that shit stopped. You know what I'm saying? So what he did.
So he goes after, so basically Bam allegedly goes after people who is down with it. Because Half Pint was 12. and Bam saw that he wasn't down with it and left him alone. Hassan Campbell was 17, 18. You see the difference?
When he finished, when he realized
Hassan's age didn't jump down to 12 until he heard Half Pint's story. People were already getting on him about saying that when he said he was 15, 16. So people are like, wait, 15, 16, and you telling me you was a killer? Like, you don't just start, those type of crimes evolved. They evolve. You don't just pop out on the streets at the age of 20 and ain't never been on the streets and just start unaliving people. No, you start off with petty crimes and then it evolves up to that. You don't just up one day and decide I'm gonna be a killer. That doesn't happen. So you say that you was off the porch and you was doing this and doing that, but you let Bambaataa do what he did. See, you see how it doesn't add up? It don't make sense. It does not make any sense. It don't add up.
who was gonna fuck with him and who was liking to getting their dick sucked and who was gonna keep going with it. He leaves out the project and he started moving elsewhere with it. He went uptown, he went to Parkchester. It is what it is, yo. Anybody that's around that nigga, that nigga got arm distance within, they fucking and sucking, yo. They
And Hassan was around him for 20-something years. Hassan didn't leave Bambaataa's side till he was in his 30s. This is the boy Half Pint, the dude who Hassan stole part of his story from. Half Pint came out with this story way before Hassan, saying, yo, and he even says it on here that he told Hassan this story. And it's not a coincidence that the other two people that claim that they were victimized by Bambaataa said they told Hassan their story. He sought them out and got their story. B Stinger said he didn't know who Hassan Campbell was. He just reached out to him and asked him about his story. Next thing you know, B Stinger hears him saying his story on the thing, but claiming that it was him instead. Same thing with Half Pint. He said, I told Poppy. Next thing you know, Poppy is mixing his story with B Stinger's. And then he added on that scene from Different Strokes.
They fucking or sucking. They either fucking or sucking or they brung them boys. They didn't do it because he's not going to be around.
They said if you're around Bambaataa, you either doing something with him or you're recruiting for him. It's believed that Hassan was doing both. He was recruiting for him and he was also his lover. Because out of Hassan's own mouth, he said that he did this to thousands of boys or all these different boys. But you were around him, right by his side. You even lived with the man. 20 years you were around him. So you were complicit. You were watching him do this. He even said how he made some guy in a wheelchair or some autistic guy give him a blowjob, give him a yik yak. Him and Bam had a threesome with an autistic dude that was in a wheelchair or something like that. That came out of Hassan Campbell's mouth too.
Unless you're doing that. You're not. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he did. He took those with him that he knew would keep his secret. But like I said, all of those directly around and all of...
You heard what he said? He took those with him that would keep his secret. Hassan kept his secret until Bam didn't want him no more. And when Bam didn't want him no more, he got too old, I guess. I'm telling you. but you were complicit for 20, almost 30 years. But when he don't want you no more, you find out that he got that young boy. Oh, I'm telling. That's not a victim. That's somebody that was in a relationship and got dumped. And what way to make Bam seem gay and seem like a monster or PDF file than to say that he went to go find the people that he actually did something to and took their stories and profited off of it. He killed two birds with one stone. Not only did he get revenge on Bambaataa for leaving him, he profited off of it for the last 10 years.
Niggas that Bam took overseas and sending money to in jail and yo, he ain't doing that.
He said sending money to in jail. Who said that Bam was sending the money in jail? Hassan Campbell.
Shit for nothing, yo. He ain't doing that shit unless you part of his program. What part of his program is, I don't know. Because once I wasn't part of that shit, I was no longer Little Bigs. You know what I'm saying? And that was it. But I stayed away from that creep shit anyway.
Damn, I wish I would have pulled this out the other day. I knew it was on T-Bone channel. I just didn't want to go find it. I didn't know it was the first fucking video. Look, here we go.
Ahead of
now,
time.
I want y'all to listen to his story and listen. This is the second interview he did with Doggy Diamonds. Listen to how inconsistent he is. He never answers any questions. Every question that is asked of him for certain details or he doesn't have an answer. He veers off into something else.
The reason why I pulled my video down was because Muhammad Islam, he started the Zulu Warriors. Okay. And I actually was working with the Zulu Warriors, and we were supplying jobs for a lot of brothers.
No, you mean that you were Bam's bodyguard? Oh wait, I got to go all the way back. The Zulu Warriors were Bam's bodyguards.
Bam just had us like.
And his first video that he put up wasn't even his story. It was B Stinger's story. It was a recording of B Stinger confessing about what happened to him. And he keeps saying he was the first one to come out. No, you were the first person to out it, but it wasn't your story. You put up a recording of B Stinger. B Stinger said he met him at the park and he didn't even know he was recording. Hassan asked B Stinger to meet him at the park and to discuss the story. He never knew that Hassan at the time, this is all on the interview on my channel with B Stinger. He never knew Hassan was going to claim that he was another victim. Hassan never even told him anything about it. And he secretly recorded him and then put the video up as a way to get revenge on Bam. Then he gathered up his story and then got Sinetta and Captain Tazoriak, Irritated Genie, everybody in the conscious community through this big ass press conference for him. And B Stinger says, I fucking go on the internet and I hear my story. You can see the look on Hassan Campbell's face when B Stinger shows up to that press conference. You can tell that he was scared that B Stinger was going to out him at the time. He even threatened B Stinger, told him to stay off the internet. Now, why would you do that? Talking about I want to bust your head to the white meat. Why would you do that?
In a room having a boy orgy. Wow. 3 little boys at one time. And it was me, Tafiq's little brother, and the other brother.
So, all right, when this is taking place, when do you realize you're a victim? Because, you know, some people might say, so why the fuck you went back if it happened one time? When do you realize you're being victimized here?
All right, so let me break something down to you.
Okay.
Instead of answering the question, all right, let me break something down to you. And then he veers off into something else. When you ask him a tough question that a real victim will answer, let me break something down for you. Oh, see, what you got to understand is That's his two phrases. That's how you know he about to go off into some bullshit.
When do you realize you're a victim? Because, you know, some people might say, so why the fuck you went back if it happened one time? When do you realize you're being victim?
And mind you, the dude that's interviewing now is one of the dudes he told that he was going to knock out and take his butt while he was knocked out.
Victimized here.
All right, so let me break something down to you.
Okay.
Make people understand something. What made it easy for Bam to do what he did to me, because Bam wasn't the first one to molested me.
That's not an answer to the question. You see how he veered off? He said, when do you know or realize that it was wrong? Because people keep wondering, why did you keep going back after the first time it happened? Why would you keep going back? He veers off. Instead of answering the question, he says, let me explain something to you. I was already broken in. That's what made it easy for Bam. That's not the answer to that question at all. That's you trying to sidestep and demonize Bam instead of answering the question.
We clear?
Yeah, we good.
Bam wasn't the first one to molest me, so it was just like open season when he came along because I was already broken in.
Okay.
And
so basically, you already knew that the shit was wrong, and you wanted to do it. That's what I got from that. Because if somebody already was doing it to you, wouldn't you all have already had the knowledge that it was wrong? Uncle Mo, what's up? Wouldn't you have already had the knowledge that it was wrong? You see how he didn't answer the question? He pushed it on Bam. Anytime you ask him a question about himself, he goes into something about Bam. He asks you, when did, just like that clip I showed y'all yesterday, when they asked him, when did he stop touching kids? He went off into something else, and he couldn't give an answer. No victim never has no answer. No victim is sidestepping questions. They know precisely what happened. They know, all the details.
Then you have to keep in mind too, with Bam Bada, he comes along, a hip hop pioneer in Bronx River, legendary status, and then he's coming along in a time where the black community was plagued with dope and crack.
You see, he's making excuses. Bam, see, on one hand, he turns Bam into a monster. On the other hand, Bam is this legendary dude, and he's my father. What the fuck? You see what I'm saying? He just, Bam, I was already broken in, blah, 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 blah. Then he veers off into, Bam was such a legend. He came when crack and dope was, and so he was surprised, blah, 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 putting him up on a pedestal. You can see that this man was in love with Bam. Because on one hand, he's trying to demonize him. On the other hand, he's trying to prop him up on a pedestal.
That was a heavy time and a heavy era. So, most of the people in the projects were strung out. Not to say my moms were strung out, but a lot of people were strung out. So it made it easy for Bam to be a prey over the youth in the projects.
So you looked at it as a place of like a covering for you, but this is what was taking place when you was going. My question was, when did you realize this shit ain't normal? Like, I ain't supposed to be coming here no more. Like, when did that hit you?
Honestly speaking, it ain't been hit me from the first time.
Okay.
But at the same time,
you heard what he just said? He knew from the very first time that it was wrong. But you heard in his last video that I showed y'all, he was like, y'all talking about a child being taken advantage of. Here, he clearly tells you he knew it was wrong. He was of the age to know that it was wrong, but then listen how he goes in, how he makes an excuse. He'll tell you something and then make an excuse on top of what he just said.
Coming here no more. Like, when did that hit you?
Honestly speaking, it ain't been hit me from the first time.
Okay.
But at the same time, it was like going back home with Mom Dukes was crazy too. Not to say my moms was a bad moms. We just wasn't getting along. Pops wasn't there. You know, I was getting my ass whooped for every goddamn thing. So in some cases, Bam was an outlet, but not an outlet at the same time. Like, damn. So once you get over the monster in the bedroom with him, which is really, really bad, it's like, all right, now I get to be around some of my heroes like B.O., like in the Zulu.
Can y'all make any sense of that, what he just said? Right, Uncle Mo was there from the beginning too. I remember Uncle Mo, you was one of the channels I was watching when we was going at this nigga. Can any of y'all make any sense of what he just said? So he didn't want to go home because his mom was beating him, so he went over to Bam house to be molested and hang with his heroes. That's pretty much what the gist of it. There is not a hero on this planet that I looked up to that I was willing to give my ass up for. You clearly said you knew it was wrong, but you gave no explanation for why you kept going. Oh, wait, you blamed your mom, and then because you got to play with your heroes. What type of shit is that? Yeah, on French Doe's channel, he changed his age like 17 times. Now all of a sudden he's 12. He just put out a video saying he'll pay anybody $10,000, any content creator $10,000 that can find a video of him saying that he was 17. I said, well, I got a clip of you saying that you were 15, 16. So give me 5, nigga. Run that, hit the cash app, nigga.
Nation, you had dudes that was legendary that you looked up to, and you just wanted to be around those brothers. So it wasn't just all about Bam too. You want to be amongst the family, because the truth of the matter is like ain't nobody really all happy to be sitting amongst Bam, because you know once Bam gets you alone, you know the boogeyman gonna come out.
So the reason why I'm asking you these things,
you see what I'm saying? He clearly says he didn't want to be around, but you willing to give up your ass just to hang around B.O.? So basically, you was a fucking groupie. That's what he's explaining himself as, a stone cold groupie. You was willing to give your ass up, and he even threw B.O. under the bus. He said he walked in and saw B.O. with his getting a yick yuck from Bam. So if you was hanging with Bam and B.O. and Bam was allegedly doing something, you was fucking B.O. too. You had to be. You had to be. So you basically saying B.O. recruited you for Bam. Because he said he wanted to be around B.O. through Bam, but according to B Stinger, B.O. is the one who introduced him to Bam.
Because for the education for the children that might see this, like, you know, sometimes they are being victimized and they don't even realize they're being victimized. They just like think it starts to become normal. I've had a female that I'm not gonna say her name. She told me the shit was normal to her, like it was routine, and then it took her to be an adult to realize that shit was wrong. He wasn't supposed to be doing.
Now you heard how he just described a real victim. She was unknowing. It was normal to her because she was unknowing, unaware, until she was an adult and realized, wait, that shit was wrong. This shouldn't have been happening. He clearly tells you he knew what the fuck he was doing from day one. And mind you, Bam never sought him out. He sought Bam out. So he knew what he was doing. He knew Bam's reputation, and he went looking for him. Ain't no kid doing that. No kid is doing that. What 12-year-old is doing something like that? I think he was, but he might have been lying on B.O. Who knows? Hassan done told so many fucking lies.
doing that. You know what I'm saying?
For me, it was always despicable. Even like sometimes now I could be having sex with wifey or whatever the case may be, and then go all the way limp, and she'd be like, "Yo, that's because you fucking with all the other bitches," and I'd be like, "Nah, I just had a nasty fucking thought that went through my mind, a flashback, and it just turns you all the way off."
No, nigga, that sounds like you're not attracted to your wife and you're thinking about Bam. Why would you be having intercourse with your wife and your mind goes to Bam? You go all the way limp because you're thinking about Bam. And he said it, not me. He said Hassan Campbell was the first dirty Diana. He said that, not me. You heard what he just said. He thinking about Bam while he's making love to his wife. You ain't disgusted with what happened with Bam. You got disgusted with your wife because you're not attracted to women.
Like, even to the point to where that you so young of a little boy, you can remember the feeling of this man's mustache on your fucking pelvic area. Like, damn, sick. You see what I'm saying?
Nigga, even you can remember those details of his mustache being on your pelvic, but you can't. Hold on, but you can't remember what age you was when you stopped touching kids. You can't remember what age you was when you had girlfriends. You can't remember what age you was when he first started having sex with you, but you remember all those other details. It's just way too many holes in his story.
It's disturbing, but you know, the one thing that the youth has to be careful of, or parents have to be careful of when you're dealing with somebody. When you see a basketball coach, when you see, let's say, basketball coach or pastor or a dude or artist like
Boy Scouts, definitely.
Boy Scouts or artists like Bambaataa, that you never, now it's been 5 years, 10 years past, you never see this man with a woman, something is wrong. If you see a man that's dealing with boys and there's no woman around, understand the woman is your kid. And it's real. It always turns out to be like that.
But why we never saw Bambaataa around any kids? That's the thing about it. He keeps saying the woman is your kid and blah, 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 right? But we've never seen Bambaataa around any kids. That's the problem. We have yet to see Bambaataa around any kids when he was alive. We saw him with grown-ass men like you.
And see, what people don't understand, the majority of the time when a young boy get molested, he never comes to the forefront and tell. That is the hardest thing to actually tell.
You think it's harder for boys than it is for girls?
It's impossible to tell.
Yeah.
People sit up there and they say, yo, what took you so long to come forward? Like dogs. Name one dude that ever got in jail and came home and told somebody he got.
Yeah.
Name one dude. Plenty of.
That's a dude being great in jail. A child being molested and a grown man being great are two different things. The child doesn't know. So 9 times out of 10, the child's going to tell. What are you talking about? You didn't tell because you knew it was gay. You liked it and you knew it was gay. That's why you didn't tell. Any child at the age of 12 years old that doesn't understand what's being done to them will go to the front, go to the forefront and tell eventually. Once they realize that it's wrong, they're going to tell. You stayed complicit. You knew it was wrong by your own words the whole entire time and stayed with him all the way up until your 30s. Damn near 40.
Dudes done got in jail.
Yeah.
But name somebody that came home and said, yo, them niggas got me in the shower, boy. How do you say that? And then when you somebody like me that have a reputation like me, you gonna see bloggers talking shit, nigga. Well, if you was all that, why you ain't pop that nigga top? Truth of the matter is, and I got an answer for that too. For one, Duke was like a father to me.
Okay.
And it makes me sick when I see.
You see what I'm talking about here? I got you, Ogamo. See what I'm talking about? He ain't do nothing. I got a reputation, and I'm a reputation of a killer. So why didn't you do nothing to him? Because he was like my father. I don't give a fuck if it was my biological father. He got to go. What type of shit is that? And then when Whack 100 asked him that, he said the same thing. He said, because I love that man. He said he loved him. And he fed and protected my put food in my refrigerator when my little brother needed to eat. So Whack 100, he said, oh, I get it, grocery for groceries. He was basically selling your ass so he could put food in the fridge. Yeah, that was his goddamn boyfriend. He know it. Bam dumped him. He was mad. That's basically what happened. Bam dumped him, and he was pissed. And what's the best way to get back at Bam without making himself seem gay? Best way to make him to get back at Bam, make him look like a monster in a PDF file without making himself seem gay. He found B Stinger, got his story. Talked to Half Pint, got his story, and then came to the internet. Is that a dude in a dress? Uncle Mo, what's up?
What's good, brother?
Ain't shit.
Yeah, you took it back because that's how I first came out on YouTube playing around clowning this.
Me too.
And he telling mad different false stories too, man, because remember he was on Queen's Flip. He said he was like 16, 17. He said an age that was like, bro, you could have.
I just played it yesterday.
Yeah, then he said, I was already broken in. So you went there. If the whole project, which that's bullshit too, he was saying the whole project knew he was on some crazy on that shit. But you knew that was his MO and you kept going up there?
Right. He even said he knew it was wrong the entire time.
And then he said his brother was the one touching him. Like he done named mad different stories. First he said it was girls, then he said it was his brother.
First he said, yeah. He said his brother, then he said it was this girl. Like, come on, bro.
And bro, he also, remember he was talking about, just now, was he saying his mom's just beat him? You would rather go let this dude take advantage of you until you say, instead of getting, man, we know what he really did to him. He ain't greased that thighs up. Maybe at first. But we all know after all them years, he went all the way. And then he talked about he couldn't, he thinking of him while he with his wife 30 years later. Nah, that's what you really like as men, bro.
Just live your truth. I'm like, what?
Yeah, just live your truth. And you know all the details with that until somebody asks you questions.
He'll never know. He'll never know shit when you ask him a question. He veers off into something else.
Mm-hmm. And I would never violate people's kids like he be talking about people's kids on here.
Let's not forget, he said it himself, he can't not be trusted around kids.
But you see, with him, and I could be 100%, I don't even believe him with that. I think he just said that for shock value because he think it sound cool, not realizing how stupid he sound in the long run, you know?
Right.
Because he kept, when he was saying that, then when they asked him, that's why he got caught off guard when they asked him, when you stop touching kids, and he was like, we used to play house, and then he keep telling us how he was in love with Bam, because you ever seen that movie Sleepers?
What movie?
Sleepers.
Sleepers?
Yeah.
No, I ain't never see that one.
It's a book, right? So it's based on like a true story. These I think it's like 4 little boys. They went to they killed somebody by mistake. They was playing around like downtown Manhattan, and you know, like the Frankfurter stand, man. and they was playing around, and they pushed the cart, and it went down the train steps and hit somebody and killed them by mistake.
Oh, matter of fact, I think I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and remember how when the security guards was, essaying them,
Yeah.
when they seen them as adults, remember, old boys, as soon as they seen them, they straight took them out.
Right.
They talk about, I forgive you. Nah, they handled it. Him, if he was really abused, he wouldn't have been standing there and talk about, oh, he wants to apologize. That's some shit when you get into an argument with your girl, she catch you cheating, and then she be like, I just want you to apologize to me. And he was like, he gave me medicine for me and my dogs. Like, what? That's all it took was a sorry? Nah.
The crazy thing about it is you made threats to everybody on the internet for just having words.
Yeah.
But you won't do nothing to the man that you claim violated you physically.
And I'm telling you, we got to find this video because I remember before he was talking, his moms had moved him away from them projects to like Far Walkerway. And he said he was still traveling, hopping the train to go back to Bronx River. Far Rockaway is like probably on the train. I joined at least a good hour or 2 hours away from the Bronx, bro.
Damn. Well, he was going back for that bitch.
Yo, that's what we was talking about. Fresh Dose when we was freestyle. Remember they had the For the D challenge, and we was like, this nigga Hassan was hopping train for the dick. Like he was doing like he tell on himself, and then like Whack 100. I can't stand him either. I think he's a clown, right? But he told Hassan to his face, like, yo, he did such and such. And he was like, then later he was like, he never said it to my. Yes, he did. He said it to your face, and you ain't do nothing, bro. And you
he said it right to his face. And then he said, you gotta stop claiming that gangster shit, nigga. You ain't about that.
I agree. And like Hassan is like maybe like 2 or 3 generations ahead of me. Yeah, he about, but my older cousins that's around his age, because he got to be like, what, 49 or something like that? Almost 50, 49, 50. My cousins that's in his age group from back then, they gave him a little props. They was like, yeah, he get busy, but he gay. They was like, if he going to take, like they said it, like if he going to take the I get busy part, he got to keep the gay part too.
Right.
And
right. But speaking of that, when he got arrested for that unaliving, where did they find him at?
With Bam. But listen,
Bam's house.
He didn't even do that. He putting mad, like what they say, he putting what they say when you add into the dope.
It was his homie Eric. He snitched on him.
Yeah.
We all know he did that.
And let's think about it, bro. Like,
and he got Eric's name tatted on his arm.
Suspect. And then like
type of shit is that?
Bro, like even with the whole story what he's saying, like I'm from the Bronx, so I know the whole layout of the Bronx like that. So where he's saying it happened at, where Secor is at, from Bronx River, that shit is far as fuck. Like, you got to get on the highway and drive probably about 30 minutes, bro. Way I drive is like 15 minutes, but it's the very, very top of the Bronx before you go into Westchester. And them some like small projects that you wouldn't even know they there unless you like up that way. That's why he said, oh, we did it because of that. Like, you had to go up there fucking with them people. And
when you hear his story about the case, he told the world that what happened in his case with Eric is, he said his lawyer told Eric to separate their cases and then take the stand and say Hassan did it. But somehow Hassan gets off and Eric gets life. How does that happen?
Yeah, that's bullshit. He told. If anything, he
told.
Lawyers will say separate cases, right? But on cases like that, they're not going to separate co-defendants on a violent charge like that.
Nope. And why would Hassan's lawyer tell him to take the stand against his own client?
Yeah. And the only way I could see that even going down, like, let's say this dude, like, cats already got, like, a couple of bodies that they know they're going to blow the one. So they like, you know what? I'll take all the charges and shit. So when you go, I could see something like that. But the easiest charge to beat is a body. The witness can't come and testify against you, bro.
That's true.
Attempt murder, you getting sent up the river. A body, unless it's a bunch of witnesses. As back then in the 90s, New York was averaging like 2,000 murders a year, bro. So people was beating that shit left and right. That's why I'm like, nah, that don't sound right. And then how your shit get dropped down, even if that was the case, how your case get dropped all the way down to an assault charge. They're not giving you
that's what I was going to say. When have you ever heard of a murder getting dropped down to a simple assault?
Yeah,
He was locked up for beating up his girlfriend, pushing her down the steps.
An attempt murder, right? That I could see getting broken down because they could hit, once you break it down, depending on where they got hit at and shit, they could say, all right, that's assault with a deadly object or whatever, menacing, whatever. But a murder, nah. They'll break it down to manslaughter.
Yeah, manslaughter or something like that. That I never, not simple assault. That's impossible.
Yeah, like that's why he's telling certain stories. I'm like, and then the way they keep talking about Zulu, right? One thing they keep saying about Zulu that nobody want to call out, Zulu wasn't just no hip hop shit. That shit was a gang. That shit was a gang. That's why they was all acting scared. Them motherfuckers was in a gang. So I don't know why they keep acting like Zulu was just straight hip hop partying all the time. They was a gang, bro.
Right.
And then they got phased out as the newer generation came and ain't want to be a part of none of that shit.
Right. And then he claimed he went to war with all somehow he got into it with every top
let me tell you
goon
something.
in New York City.
And that's a lie, right? Because look, B.O. is his hero, right? And B.O. is supposed to be the super tough guy. Not taking none away from him. Like I said, that's before my time, right? But my big homie is sitting behind there foot knocking on B.O. You claim you ran into him on an island and you stepped to him, right? And he ain't want no problems with you. But somehow you turned blood while you was there?
Makes
that don't
no
even
sense.
make sense at all, bro. And everybody who know, like, Pistol is well documented. Everybody that know Pistol know damn well Hassan would have been another name on the list.
His excuse all the time was, I was about to do something to him, but he felt it in the air, or
and you know
somebody,
story, right?
Something happens. He's always about to do something, but nothing ever happens.
And then he be telling stories on certain figures that's either like they can't come defend themselves. Like he talked about Pistol because he know Pistol and ADX. So he knew Pistol couldn't come rebuttal because he know he can't get on the phone or write letters or none of that, right? But then when everybody else from Sex Money called them out, all he did was a bunch of yelling and screaming and then got their channels taken down and shit, you know?
What's the twin name that was on that Sex Money Murder? The twin bull, the one that off B.O. One of the twins is his.
I'm trying to think who killed
brother-in-law or something like that. His baby mom's brother.
Yeah, I can't think his name.
He came to the internet and said, "Nigga, I was ready to kill you, man."
Yeah, the main one that did that one that knocked off B.O. He died though. That's the one Pistol got killed.
Yeah.
And
so he it's already been gangster, and just like he said, he knew the one bull. He was shouting out. What's the big black bull name? He was shouting him out one, and then when the dude came home from jail and they asked him, "Do you know Hassan?" He was like, "No, I don't know that nigga."
Yeah, he stayed screaming like just names he heard, and like my beef with them is like why I lost respect for a lot of the big homies that was like co-signing this nigga. First off, a lot of us in my generation lost respect for these cats because we didn't know who these niggas was. They were some jail niggas. Then when they came home, we learned a lot of them niggas was clowns, and they want to live off these 1993 Al Bundy stories, you know. But they was giving this dude a voice when they knew he was Fugazi. But I felt like because he had a big following subscribers, they was up there running around trying to give some type of credibility to latch on to try to get $1, knowing he was a clown, you know?
Right.
Because all these cats keep saying because they seen one picture of him throwing up bees that he was shying, and I'm like, nobody could prove that he was ever shying. Then let's just say he really did, even though I don't believe he was ever blood at any time. How you gonna come home, right? You was in jail, you claim blood, right, for protection, because that's the only way we could see you doing it. Then you come home, you go back to being Zulu underneath Ben deodorant. like Ben was his lover.
Right.
You know?
Definitely
like, that's
was
his
his lover.
boyfriend. Because think about it, let's God forbid if that shit really helped, like I said, to the true victims, I got nothing for sympathy. Clowns like him, I had no sympathy because once he made that comment about what he'd do to other people, children and all that shit, I can't have no respect for that shit.
Right.
But if Bam was fucking with that motherfucker from 12 till he was 40 something, he was in a full blown relationship, bro.
Right.
That was,
And then I
that,
don't even believe he was like I keep saying, there's no evidence of him ever being around Bambaataa under the age of 17.
yeah. And then like you gotta add up like some of his stories that just don't add up because you went to jail. Why would you come back? You went to jail because you
And went
claimed.
straight to his house.
Yeah, and then when he was trying to clown other people, he kept saying, "Oh, if your father, if your cousin, whoever was at Bam house, then he was fucking with Bam. But you was at Bam house, nigga. Like, so
Right.
what are you talking from lived experiences? And then like, it's a video like when I was doing that Bambaataa joint that came out. They was like, look, we all knew that Bam was a little funny style and was supposed to be gay, but we ain't never hear him messing with little kids, you know. So there's people saying we not saying that he didn't do it or he did it. We just saying that we knew something was up with him, but we didn't know that part. Like we knew he was, in the bin, but
Right.
we didn't know he was like on some PDF file stuff.
Right. That's what all the old heads was saying. They was like, we knew he was gay, but ain't nobody seen him with no kid. And there's no evidence of you seeing him around any kids.
Yeah, and I ain't even know. And then there's some shit that's like, Bam, I didn't even know Bam was that old. Bam is like my mama age. My mom's about to be 68 at the end of this
Yeah, I
month.
didn't know he was that old either.
Yeah, I thought Bam was like a generation or something before my mom. My mom's was a spade. So my thing is this, like common sense, right? That's like me right now. If I'm in my neighborhood and I see, I'm not going to see no old ass motherfucker that's old enough to be somebody's father hanging out with some little kids. I'm like, yo, what y'all doing together?
Right.
Because obviously, not even on some like no sexual stuff. Whatever you doing with them, if you ain't doing that, like positive, what you got them out here hustling, you got them doing something they shouldn't do because you shouldn't even be hanging out with them. Like, why the hell you hanging
Right.
out with them? You know?
Nobody
like, what you
saw
got in
these.
common?
Nobody saw these thousands of alleged kids running in and out of Bam house.
Yeah, and then like, bro, Bronx River, like we right across the bridge from Bronx River, because like the highway and the river split up from like it's on 174th. I never knew of no like soft dudes from over there. I'll give them their props, but I ain't never hear them on no crazy shit. We used to go to parties and all that stuff over there, We knew at the end of the night we might have to fight with these cats before we get back across the little bridge. But all these stories he was saying, the only reason why I know it was true, I'll never forget my homeboy baby mother. And this was like a couple of years before he came out. Me and her was talking. She like, yeah, I met this dude. Everything was cool. But then I had to stop talking to her. I was like, why? She was like, oh, he told me that he was Bambaataa nephew. I was like, word, fuck is Bambaataa? She's like, nah, I just know they all be on some funny shit. And I was like, oh. So when his story came out, I was like, oh shit, I guess it's true. Because I heard that from females that they was on some other stuff,
Right. It's just diabolical.
And then he be wanting to fight people. I'm going to keep it real. You know who he be acting like when other people come out with their stories?
He be
like
acting jealous.
Like Lene.
Right. Right. He get jealous.
Yeah, he want to argue and stuff. Like, remember how he was acting towards Ronald Savage? And then remember, when Ronald Savage got mad at that motherfucker, he put him on blast when they was on China Brim shit. And he said that, baby, he was saying that you was doing all the stuff that you claim you wasn't. That's why I'm like, yeah, he was with it.
Right. And he did 110 to go fight Bee Stinger. But 10 Toes been calling you out for years. And you've been making up every excuse in the book. Come to my house. Come to my house. You know where I live, but you did 110 to go do something to Bee Stinger at the park.
And bro, I live by that park, bro. I be in that park all the time, bro. He wasn't in there with no gun acting like that, bro. You hear me?
Bee Stinger?
Now. I'm talking about fucking Hassan, bro. He was not in there like that because it be cops like down there at the barbecue with you. You hear me? It's cops on top of cops, bro, with horses and stuff. You wasn't there doing all that shit, bro.
Right.
Not at all. That's why you would come there acting tough, because you know you're not gonna have to do nothing, because before you can even swing, the cops is gonna be on you.
Right. But Bee Stinger called him out to fight too.
Yeah. I believe Bee Stinger's story. I believe Bee Stinger's story. You could see.
I believe Bee Stinger too.
You could also see the
story from Bee Stinger.
Exactly. And you could see
and
Bee
Half Pint.
Stinger. See, I ain't hear Half Pint story, but you could tell in Bee Stinger eyes Like you could see the hurt in him, and you could also see that when it first happened, he didn't know. Like he's confused, he's conflicted. You know?
Now you can tell B Stinger a little.
Yeah, a little off and shit. You know? But like that's why I said I believe his shit. But and then it's like, oh boy, that stab bang. Why you was upset? Talk about you was ready to go do this and that to him. He did what you were supposed to do.
He even insinuated that he was the one who made the boy disappear.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what happened to him, but I know I was the one that was supposed to hit him.
Yeah, but see,
like,
I look at him too, is he's that like that motherfucker who thinks he's still like Hassan don't got it all upstairs either. You could tell he a little slow. Cause he be saying shit like a child, like, yeah, you know, like he started like we was gonna give him credit. The way he keep talking about he was a killer. You're not a killer, bro. This boy was playing in your hiney. You're not a killer. All you do is threaten people. You ain't do nothing to nobody. He really.
I think he was a holster. He was a groupie. He was a holster. When somebody go do something, they let him hold the gun. I think he was a holster.
Yeah, and then remember when he first came out, he looked like a straight homeless motherfucker.
Right. They had the Mexican Jordans on.
Yeah.
Big saggy ass. Look at his collars. That's not a V-neck.
Yeah, like
saggy ass shirts and shit.
And remember, he's supposed to be cleaned up in this interview. Remember that first one he was sitting out there by the courts, and it's like, bro, you wanted to be a groupie. You was all on Tribe Called Quest album cover and shit. Like, you got what you wanted.
That's the video I'm talking about where he said he can't be trusted around kids.
Yeah. He said it on a couple of interviews.
Right. Tory Gray, thank you for the $3 cash app. Appreciate it.
And he keep talking about
he said he can't be trusted around kids. He said, I would say that even about myself. Because when you touched, he didn't say any kid that's been molested. He said anybody that's been molested, meaning from their childhood all the way up into current times, cannot be trusted around kids.
Yeah. And he, like, I'm telling you, I just hate how he was talking about kids. Like, I love my kid. Like, when he's talking about, I love him like a father. My father would never.
That's what I said. I don't give a fuck if it was my blood father. You got to go.
And I'm telling you, even if I'd have told my father that something like that happened to me, my father wouldn't be sitting on screen. My father would have did forever and a day because he would have went and handled whatever anybody who did something to me, man. Like,
yeah, my dad's a military man too, and he'd have definitely had some of his military boys come down here.
My pops was just in my neighborhood. My pops was just my pops was in jail most of my life, but like everybody in my neighborhood knew my pops and my family. That's why I'm like, man, my pops are the same thing. Like if somebody do something, and I can speak for you too. Somebody do something to one of our kids. We ain't trying to hear nothing. Yeah, like
I ain't trying to hear nothing. I ain't trying to. I don't even care. Even if I ain't even taking the chance that it ain't true. You shouldn't have been around him for it to even be insinuated.
Especially Bam, that shit was that big ass age gap where he was damn near old enough to be. Wait, I think if you add it up, Bam had to be in his 20s while he was a teen.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like you shouldn't even been around him.
And he sought Bam out.
Yeah.
In this interview, he said he always knew it was wrong. So if you always knew it was wrong, and you were already doing it, allegedly, or already broken in, why would you go sought him out?
And I'm telling you, he just started telling these outrageous stories because he started seeing them checks, man. Once them YouTube checks kicked in.
That's what I think. I think at first it was a revenge thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he saw the money that he could get profit off of it, that's when the story evolved. But he didn't have an all the way good story. So what he did was he took a piece of B Stinger's story. He took a piece of took Half Pint's whole story and a scene from Different Strokes and mashed that all together as his story.
Yeah, because I'm telling you,
that's diabolical.
When I seen it,
all that money that he made could have went to actual victims that actually need therapy, need some type of help.
Yeah,
And let's not forget the little white boy that came out and said that Hassan touched him.
Yeah, see,
He wound up OD.
Ooh, see that I say that could be hit or miss, man, it's true. But when he invited, this another way where I know Hassan's a bum, right? Being from the Bronx, right? Remember he invited old boy from Philly up there?
Derek.
And then when he said that he took him to Steppins, right? That joint is like this little like restaurant / little bar, like stuff. So I'm like,
that shit was like a date.
Yeah, like I've been there before. Like after my prom, we went there, but that'd be some like I was too young to go in the club part back there. But it's like for you to bring them there is not far from Bronx River, right? But it's like you took them there in the cut. Like you ain't have them in Bronx River, but you had them close enough. But then when he was touching on you, he's like, "Stop touching me." He was saying shit that your woman would say to you. Somebody's like your side chick would be like, "Cause I can." Oh, why you?
And the thing about it is, he was just trying to hold on to him because he couldn't catch his balance. He was so fucked up. I think what it was, he was planning on fucking Derek, but then the chat, he was like, "What the fuck is y'all niggas on a date?"
Yeah.
And when he got drunk, it got to his head. So he used Derek as a way to just look tough. He knew Derek was drunk. He knew Derek couldn't fight back. So he flipped on him and used it as a way to not look gay and be a tough guy. Why didn't you do that shit to Ben Bottom? Because every time we saw you with him, you was smiling like a motherfucker, taking pictures with him.
I think Poppy like 5'2" though.
Right, but you flip out on Derek for leaning on you while he drunk. Your energy, your aura, your nails is gay. He had that same aura when he pulled up on you. Why ain't you had that energy for him before y'all went out, had drinks, and you got him all fucked up? So where he's so incoherent, he could bet. And he could have, now if he would have, when he pushed him and he fell, if Derek would have hit his head or something,
yeah,
he'd have been in jail.
And they was together for hours. Cause remember, they was like daylight. Right. They was all on.
Apparently, Derek didn't go home out that night. Hassan took him to a hotel.
I could see.
And what the fuck was you always in a hotel with Five Guy for?
And the crazy
you
shit,
remember them vlogs?
I see by then
videos. He will always be up in a hotel with Five Guy. Why is you niggas in a hotel?
So by then I stopped paying any attention to him. And Five Guy, like I knew him by another name because he was from like around my oldest daughter way, you know. But it was like, even with him, it's like, bro, you had a good name. Why the hell are you hanging around this clown, you know? And you see everybody that fuck with him, he backbite him, you know?
I don't think Five Guy was gay. I think he kept bringing him there to try something, though, and get him drunk. He was taking this nigga shopping. We have never even seen you take your girl shopping.
Kid, yeah.
You be taking all these niggas shopping?
Yeah,
spending $5,000 on a nigga on jackets and leather?
Oh yeah, he was fronting. He ain't spending no $5 racks. And then he used to go to Fordham Road. Like, nigga, you buying some bang bang shit.
Yeah, the one boy that came home from jail, his girl flipped out on him because we got out. Instead of going to see his girl, he went shopping with Hassan. And his girl flipped on him like, what the fuck? Why are you going to see this nigga first and y'all she's shopping? Like, I understand, you know, when a nigga get home, you don't take him shopping, you give him a couple dollars.
Yeah, I mean, like I had homeboys.
Right.
Yeah, my homeboy, that's what I did. I don't think I took him. I just hit him off with some bread, like, yo, here you go.
Right. That's what I did with my aunt, my brother. Whenever he got home and I had it, I give him a couple dollars to get back on his feet.
That way they want to go out with their girl or whatever. Here you go, bro.
Right.
But like,
I've been shopping with my brother and we might buy each other something, but that's my brother, like my blood brother. I ain't going shopping with none of my fucking friends buying them this shit, nigga.
Yeah, like I had a cousin. He came home. I was in Mississippi. I came up. It was dead winter. He out there, no coat on, hoodie and shit. Just came. I went got him a coat and shit. Like, yo, here you go. Here, get on your feet.
Right. Right. Remember when he was modeling the jackets?
Oh yeah, he was bugging out.
This nigga took another grown man shop and was in there modeling jackets with this nigga.
Yeah,
like, man, what? You see the blog that he just did with that young boy?
So I stopped
Why did he
watching all
take
this.
that? Why did he take that young boy
Posted.
that dark ass shit like that? If I was there, he had a bottle. First of all, the young boy don't look no older than like 18. He don't look old enough to drink. He got a bottle of champagne while he's sitting outside, right?
Unless they're your family, you shouldn't even be
And
hanging
then-
out with no young boys like that.
And then he takes him to his little man cave shed, but ain't no lights on. It's just dark dimness.
Oh nah.
Like nigga, I'm not sitting in this shed with you watching no goddamn movie drinking, dog.
I ain't gonna lie though. I want one of them sheds. My neighbor got one, but he got like pool table on that shit, a bar.
That's different.
Up. It's well lit though.
Different. His shit is set up like they got little LED lights, like some feminine shit. Like he got a nice little movie screen, but it's got all these LED lights and like weird shit.
You wouldn't even know you in the shed if you just seen the inside. That should look like a regular like man cave and shit. But
it was all dark and dim up in that joint. I'm like, why are you in there with that young boy like that? I know that young boy was uncomfortable. It was his vlog though. It was spend 24 hours with Hassan Campbell. That's what the vlog name was.
Why you even
why the fuck that's what I ain't get?
Like, why you even want to do that, bro? I don't even want to.
Why would you want to spend any time with him? I don't think the young boy know his backstory. I think he only know the fake gangster side.
And bro,
I think that's the only side the young boy knew. I think if he had known like everything, I don't think he would have been there. I don't think that young boy knew. But he was looking at that nigga like he was a steak. Then then the one boy he had in the backyard when they were sitting there drinking wine, he was looking at him like he was his whole snack. I'm like, why are you looking at this man like that?
I never. That's the crazy shit too. I never ran into Hassan in the Bronx though, and I'd be over there like I sat in them project because somebody owed me some money for about 8 hours one day. I ain't never seen him over, but he lived. I think he lived like Westchester or some shit like. But I'll be in Westchester because Westchester's right there. It ain't like when he be acting like he moved on up, nigga, you 15 minutes away. Like it ain't that far, bro. But he
what fucking victim says shit like this? Where is it at? There it is. This way he told another grown ass man.
Yeah, see, I ain't seen none of his new shit. I stopped like looking at his shit years ago.
When I see you, I'm gonna be gay. I'm gonna knock you out of the fuck with your butt, dog.
That's what a so-called victim told another grown man.
So I seen Doggy Diamonds reacting to this. But there's another thing too, like even his jail stories be some shit he seen on TV and YouTube stories, bro. Like New York don't be on that, like remember I told you they don't be on that like they don't be on that booty bandit shit in New York.
He told Zip with the drip he was going Arrow BC. The dude from Oz. I was like, whoa. And then lock him in the basement. Like, what? You see what he said to the one light-skinned boy with the braids? He said, every time I see you with them braids, I want to grab you by your neck, spit in your mouth, turn you around, and basically take your ass.
And which straight man gonna say that to another man, bro?
I don't know.
He ain't gonna play like that.
Why would you play like that? He said, what did we say? Bambada, come give me some head or something like that. I was like, what?
This another thing too, right? Why he never want to fight the one-on with anyone? Why he always got to talk about he gonna pull out a weapon or some shit? If he's so tough, why his knuckles ain't like, you know?
Right. You know, but you never notice he never talk about fighting.
Nah, he
anytime there's a confrontation is straight to a weapon. I've never heard him tell any stories about him having a fist fight.
And that's another
it's always
thing
him telling stories about him allegedly shooting somebody.
And I don't know nobody, I don't care how tough you are or how soft you are, that ever went to Rikers and ain't have a fight.
He did get into one fight with a gay dude. Oh, I think a signal went out.
Yeah, my alarm came on. I'm up here at
In
karate
jail,
with my son.
he got into a fight with a gay dude.
And then
Now,
that's another thing too. Back
I
then,
don't know about in jail. You're not supposed to have no type of
nah,
confrontations with no gay folks.
but let me tell you though, back then, right in the 90s, yeah, because when I went 99, right? They had their own building. You get what I'm saying? So you didn't even see them. Because I was an adolescent and the guards used to try to scare us. They'd be like, yeah, you keep acting up. We sending you to that building over there. And that was the gay building. If you look up the documentary on Rikers Island, they talk about it. How they had their own section. So how you
Right.
fighting with them and they in their own section, bro?
I don't know. Z-Banger came out and confirmed that. He said the bull looked at Hassan and licked his fingers or something like that. I think it was a domestic dispute.
Yeah, he knew about him. He probably was fucking
Yeah, in
with him.
jail, you're not supposed to have no contact with him because 9 times out of 10, if you is, you fucking them, and if you fighting them, it's usually a domestic dispute.
And usually, like, that's a lose-lose situation, bro. Like,
Right.
That's a lose-lose. They tell us,
you do not fight no gay folks, bro.
yeah, you get your ass whooped. You got your ass whooped by one.
Yep.
You beat them up. You beat on one. Like, oh, that's a lose-lose situation.
Right.
You shouldn't even be in no arguments or nothing with them. Like, there's no reason for you to have beef.
Fight no gay folks.
Like,
not even outside of jail would you take the risk of fighting gay folks, because like you said, it's a lose-lose. If you beat them up, you get no cool points for that. Yeah. And if you get beat up, you lose cool points for that.
That's why I'm like, listen. And I know when he went through the island, if he went in the early 90s, it was wild. The Latin Kings had that shit on Smash. If you was putting in work, your name was ringing bells. And I ain't never hear nobody say, yo, the Zulus was doing anything. Like, you ain't never hear nobody say, yo.
The only work I heard him putting in jail was fighting that gay dude.
Yeah, and I never heard of him doing nothing.
According to 10 Toes, he joined the Bloods for protection.
Yeah, I believe that. Because as soon as you came home, you went. But I don't even, to keep it a buck, I don't even really think he really was Blood, bro. Nobody came out and claimed him. Nobody came out and was like, yeah, I brought him home on this day. He did. Nobody said he did this to come home or nothing, you know? No enemy said
and
that
in Philly, I remember you saying it's different in New York, but I know down here you can't be Muslim and in a gang.
So there's the difference.
But I do remember you saying up New York is different.
So we'll look at it like that's just our religion. You get what I'm saying? But when you in there, like I'm Muslim. If I'm in there, I'm gonna claim just that. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna be just blood. I'm not gonna say I'm Muslim and blood. Like I'm gonna run with the homies. You know?
Right.
Most of the time when we catch a lot of like young black cats and certain black cats that say they Muslim, we be feeling like they was Crips, and now that they locked up, they going underneath the Muslim joint for protection.
Right. And I know for a fact she's not a real Muslim because when he was pushing Derek around, he started reciting the prayer call. Start reciting it. You can't do that while drinking as a Muslim. You're not even supposed to talk about anything of the Quran or anything about that. You're not supposed to be drinking, period. Let alone reciting prayers.
My whole father side, not my whole father, but you know, the ones that came in the 70s, they all, you know, Muslim, you know? Like my pop said he did most of my life in jail. So, you know, he came home, he was Muslim and all that shit. My uncles, all of them. So like my mom's just Catholic. So I grew up down the middle with both, you know?
Right. I was Muslim for like a good 5 years. I dropped it once I started doing research.
So look,
once I found out who started the slave trade, I said, I can't get down with this.
Like I tell anybody, I'm not perfect. Like I'm trying to get better on the daily, you know?
Right.
Same way, like I was listening to somebody and they kept saying like, you can't, like you gotta believe in God to be a good person. And as I got older, I disagree with that. Because especially in the military, I met some good people that's atheists. And they was shocked that I didn't care. I was like, look, man, I see you doing better than these so-called church folks and so-called religious folks. You treating people better. Like, long as you doing right, who am I to judge you or anything? You got to deal with Judgment Day, not me. I can't judge you. I don't know what's in your heart. God knows what's in your heart, you know?
Right. I don't have no religion, but I'm a spiritual person. I just don't have no religion.
Yeah.
I think is dogma to me. I think religions. I think they was created just for servitude
Control.
and obedience.
So I agree with you. So this is what I feel, right? Like I say I'm Muslim, and I take that part of my family because the Islam and Muslim just mean to submit to the will of God. So I believe it's God because all religions, that's one thing they got in common, that it's a higher being, you know?
Right.
But then they all start varying to suit their needs, you know? So I
Facts.
believe that man tainted religion, but I also look at it like if we didn't have some type of like control, like think of some of these like our older aunts and uncles that's like highly religious. If they didn't have something to believe in, this whole world would be fucking go to hell in
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
handbasket.
Usually the most religious people, the people that are super into religion,
Yeah,
usually was the most fucked up people when they
yeah.
wasn't.
Like I felt like with my pops, right? I felt like my pops, like I learned so much more about him after he died, and he was a fucking demon. And then that's when I realized like he treated me good because I was his offspring, you know? But other
Right.
people, when they telling me the stories, then I said, no wonder why when I used to run around the neighborhood and somebody be like, oh, chill, that's little Mo, they was shook because of him. I just thought because he had money that they was scared, like, oh, he didn't, you know, because I didn't grow up poor, you know, I didn't grow up rich, but you know, I wasn't like holes in my shoes and nothing. Like I went to private school. My mom, she worked hard, you know, but like my pops was always just into some shit. He always did a bunch of crazy shit. And but by the time I came along, he went to jail when I was like 2, came out when I was 13 going on 14, and went back by the time I was like 16. And then came out when I was 21. And then when I came out of boot camp, he came out of jail. And then he didn't go back. And me and him had beef for years because I felt like when I needed a father, you wasn't there, you know? And I had friends that they got locked up, and I'm like, you was more of a father to them in there than you was to me out here, you know? But then
So they said
when I got to,
they said a lot of pastors used to be pimps, and when the pimping went
yeah,
out, they
hell
moved
yeah,
into being pastors and basically
I don't
hustling
trust,
out the
yeah,
church.
that's about to say, I don't trust them because that's all they did was switch hustles, you know?
Right.
That's all they did was switch hustles, man. Like, yeah, and you got to be a cold motherfucker to pimp Jesus.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said, you got to be a cold motherfucker to pimp Jesus to be out there.
Right. Right.
But like,
Right.
I'm gonna tell you 2 people that be so highly convinced, right, that you cannot change their mind when they in that mode is religious, super religious folk, and super dedicated gangbangers, bro. Like it's nothing you could tell them to
The
convince
gang is the
themselves out of
religion.
shit. Yeah, and I'm telling you, I was that guy at one time, bro. Like you couldn't tell me shit. Like, bro, I told you I went to South Carolina for school for a year, right? I got down there because my parents was like, yo, he ain't listening. He ain't going to do it. They told me we was going to a funeral, and they left me down
Damn.
there. Yeah. We went to South
Damn.
Carolina right
You
after
must have
my
been really
16th
on
birthday.
some demon time.
Bro, I turned 16 on Friday. They dropped my ass off Monday. And they was like, when
Damn.
we got there, they kept saying, oh, we going to the funeral. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't give a damn. I don't know these people and shit. All I knew was my uncle and my aunt that moved down there. I'm like, I don't know these fucking people. Why you make me go down? We got there, and I was like, I know there's some funny business. I got there, they already had me registered in school, everything. Like, I was like, I barely packed clothes. They like, we counted on
How'd
it.
they
They had
convince you to
clothes for
bring your
me.
clothes?
No, they wound up buying me clothes. I didn't bring no clothes with me like that. Like,
Oh, they
man,
wanted to
fuck that.
buy you some. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
they
was
bought
going
me
to
clothes. So now I'm looking like a country bumpkin and shit out there. Shit.
say. You from New York. That shit, I know that shit was not even your
Yo, that
style.
shit was fucking my head up. Then my pops called to like try to talk me. I said, man, I don't know you, nigga. Like I'm an orphan, man. I don't know you and
Yeah,
I don't
I'd
know
have been
her.
mad as shit too.
Yeah, I was pissed, man. I was pissed off. I was in the bathroom. I was so mad. I'm in tears. My uncle said, shut the fuck up. You wasn't crying when you was in the Bronx running around crazy, right? He said, now you
Right.
with more trees than people. And I was like,
Damn.
damn.
Yeah,
And when I
that
got
would have fucked me up too. That'd have fucked my head all the way up.
the crazy shit is though, it made me tougher down there because we was like my uncle had me like wrestling goats and shit and doing like farming and then so I was like lifting weights and doing so I left. I hit a growth spurt. I came back to the city. My dumb ass got locked up.
Oh man. I mean,
That's what I
but
was telling
you
Cat.
wound up going into the military, so you know.
Yeah. Because I lucked up because I quit my cases before I was 18. And then my mom, she broke into her TSP, her and my pops, and they got me a lawyer. So I had to do my bid, and then they got me a youthful offender. So once I finished everything, probation and the jail time and everything, and community service, they sealed my case. So then I went, when you meet with the recruiters, they want to. I told them the truth. I'm like, look, man, I just need to change, bro. I just want to give my mom's 4 good years that she could be proud of, and then I could come back to the streets and do me. And then look, I've been here 23 years now.
Nigga had a whole
About to
game
be
plan.
23. Yeah, that's what I told her. I was like, look, man, I just want to give her, because she's done made all these. I need to just give her 4 solid good years. I don't even think I could make it past 2, but let me give her at least 4 solid years. Let her have that picture to put up. And then now I'll be looking back. I'm like, damn, bro, October gonna make 23 years.
Damn.
I be talking to the young cats like, bro, it's a place for you, bro. Jail ain't cool. I did the most lying to God in my life when I was locked up. I'm like, God, I ain't never gonna do this shit again. I'm not gonna do this.
You sitting in that
God,
cell. I ain't never been to jail, but I've been arrested. But you sitting in that cell like,
bro, when I got
never
the
again,
Rikers,
dog.
bro, I was so scared. And cats be lying like they was like the first time I was scared. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, the
After the
first time you
I be
gonna be.
Yeah, I already
You
knew what it was.
Especially if you're young.
Bro, I was 16. That unknown, bro. I remember I was in the cell, right? Waiting to go to Rikers. And this dude came in the cell with me. And I'm waiting for the bus. He just got off the bus. They're about to release. And this dude looked tough as shit. Face all smashed up. I'm like, damn, this dude. I'm like, man, I'm ready to fight this motherfucker if he try me, right? So then he's sitting there. So he's like, yo, CO, what time I get out there? Like midnight, we let you out. So I'm like, yo, where you coming from? He's like, the island. I'm like, where? How is it? It's my first time going. This motherfucker's like, oh, you going to the island? How old are you, shorty? I'm like 16. Like, oh, damn, you going to the worst building. You going to the 4 building. The first time I went there, I got stabbed here. So I said, oh, man, if this tough ass.
Yeah, he'd have me shitting myself. Oh, come on, man. At 16, I'd have been scared to the motherfucker. I was a little tough ass at 16, but come on, man.
I was like 5'2", 122 pounds. Then
right.
He all big and diesel. I'm like, oh, man.
All these niggas been in here lifting weights for years. My skinny little ass coming up in here.
So I'm
chip
like,
on my shoulder. Oh, hell no.
I made up my mind. I'm like, yo, I'm not going to be a victim, bro. I'm going all out. So then he was like, yo, don't give up none of your stuff. He said, you drink milk? I was like, nah. He was like, I don't give a fuck if you lactose intolerant. Nigga ask you for your milk, you pour it out. I'm like, oh, man, this is too much shit to remember. So now I get to the island, right? So they put you through some orientation, show you some bullshit video. They ask you your religion and shit. I tell them like, yeah, I'm Muslim, but so they ask you if you with any gangs, do you need protection? I'm like, nah, I don't need nothing. Just put me wherever you put me. I'll figure it out from there, So now I get to the clinic, right? I'm in the clinic. I had, the all black leather, black on black Air Max 95s.
Yeah.
So when you get to the clinic, they're going to take a TB test and they're going to take a blood test to make sure you ain't got nothing, right? And they piss test you and shit. So they take out all this blood. You woozy. So now I'm sitting in there woozy and shit, waiting for them to take me back to the orientation part. They give you your ID and shit. Dude come up to me. They make it seem like people come up to you like, give me your shoes and all that. They try to sweet talk you out your shit. Like they manipulate you out of your stuff. So dude is like, yo, what's good, shorty? You good? Da-da. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Da. Like, where you from? I'm from blah, blah, blah. They start telling you their story. And I feel like every nigga told you the same lie. Like, oh, I've been here 18 months. And he was like, yo, those some nice sneakers. I never even seen those before. I've been so long. He was like, what size you wear? I don't even know. Like, it still ain't dawned on me. These dudes trying to extort me, So I'm like, 8, whatever, 8.5. So he like, yeah, da-da-da. He was like, I'm not even sure what size I wear. Da-da-da. I'm like, word, dude. So then he like, who you know? I'm like, then he asked me if I'm in any gangs or whatever, right? So I just set my set. So I'm like, they should know the set. If I say the set, they'll know it if they, if they
right.
in who's. So then, hello?
I hear you.
All right, there you go. I know one of my damn AirPods died. So then I'm sitting there, right? So like, like I tell you, I'm at karate right now with my son. Like I was doing karate and martial arts since I was a kid, So I'm in there. Dude is like, yo, can I try you on your shoe? That's when my spider senses start clicking in. I'm like, oh hell nah, nigga, you
Hell
can't try
no.
these on.
What you want to
So
try my shoes out? Yeah.
yeah, so now I'm like
Yeah.
trying to make myself wake up some. So I go to the bathroom right there, throw some water in my face. I look in the mirror. I said, look, bro, it's now or never. But you already made a promise to yourself you ain't gonna be a victim. So I came out. I was sitting in the background, so I sat in the front. I'm sitting in the front. His homeboy came on the side. He like, look, bro, you going tomorrow one? You might as well get those up now because somebody else gonna take them. So I'm like, I ain't taking off my shoes, bro. That's not happening. You know. So then I
them bitches on my chest.
look. So I stood up, right. So when I stood up, the other one came. I just hit his ass with that combo, kicked the fuck out of him. Ding, ding. They like, oh shit, he know karate.
Damn.
I'm getting it on. They go to jump me. One of my homeboys from Forest Projects, one of my cousin, older, and see me. He, my God bless the dead, my son Spank. He come out. He started doing things. So they know he was like one of the big homies for the blood. So they like fell back. The guards broke it up because motherfuckers get that jail shit down packed. You only gonna fight for a couple of seconds before the guards and shit gonna break it up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so they take me back to
Unless
the
you
front.
catch somebody in the cell or something like that.
Yeah.
That's how my brother used to say. My brother said he used to walk in people's cell and lock them, lock them in that
lock
motherfucker.
in with them. Yeah, so they took me back to the joint. By the time I got back there that quick, everybody like, yo, we heard you had a fight. I'm like, God damn, how y'all know? They're like, man, this shit like high school work. Like, we heard you did good, bro. We ain't know you know karate. I'm like, nah, I don't know how to fight at all. Like, don't spread that around. Like, I want to catch y'all with the art of surprise. So then I get to the house, right? One of the guards was like, yo, Chipmunk, you a little chipmunk in here, man. He was like, yo, they gonna take them sneakers from you. Them jeans look nice. They taking all that. So I get to the house. As soon as I get in the house, it was a black ass dude they call Midnight. So they give you this fucking green cup, this Craftdale soap that I feel like it bleach your skin, a toothbrush, and that fucking itchy ass fucking blanket like they give you in the military. So I'm walking, so they like looking for the beds to put me in because we in a dorm. So they was like, we got 42 open. That shit was like towards the back. So I'm like, yeah, it looked like it go down back there. So then I hear somebody say, yo, put something back here. I like those sneakers. I looked at the dude Midnight. I said, hold this. I ain't going to be here long. I go to run back to the fight, and it's my homeboy.
The same shit.
It's my homeboy. Then I look around. Every motherfucker who I didn't see in the neighborhood was there. They like, yo, what the fuck are you doing in here, bro? Your mom's gonna whoop your ass. They like, yo, I know my Catholic school homie not in here. We in there. I ain't had no more like problems. I had like 1 or 2 fights to like other cats who came from like other bro. But we in there like deep. All of us from my neighborhood is, we stuck together. Like it's like if you knew somebody from the street, y'all stuck together, even if y'all had beef. So now my cousin found out I'm there. He sent me some stuff, and then I was just in there like to myself, like I just want to go home, man. Fuck y'all. Y'all can keep this jail shit. I was lying my ass off the guard, like please just let me out, God. I'll never ever do this again, man. Please.
Right.
Came home.
But I gotta shut this down. I gotta go get ready for my orientation.
Oh yeah, I'm about to run in.
Wasn't even looking at the clock. I got so into this conversation, I forgot what fucking time it was.
And look, I'm looking. I got 10 minutes. He finished up his class. I'm about to walk inside, pick him up.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. That's why I hate when I hear them glorifying jail. They don't be telling the truth how that shit be, how it really be in here.
Yeah, but I appreciate you coming up. I gotta go get ready for this goddamn orientation. So I'm gonna shut this down. We'll be live back tomorrow. Back on Hassan Head, probably around like 3. I don't start working until like 1 in the morning. Oh, I think he dropped down. All right, y'all. I gotta get on out of here. I think he dropped down. Yeah, he dropped. I think he lost signal anyway. I gotta get on out of here and get ready for this orientation. I got so caught up in the conversation, I wasn't even paying attention to the clock. Good thing I had my little alarm buzzing. But let me get on out of here. I gotta go get ready for my orientation. Start work tonight and tomorrow through the weekend. So yeah, I know. But I had to shut it down anyway, Uncle Mo. I appreciate you for coming up. I gotta go get ready for this orientation real quick. So I'm gonna be live back tomorrow. We're gonna right on Hassan Campbell's head, probably do a little bit of Umar, and keep it moving from there. But let me get ready for this, y'all. Peace.